but you made it to Thursday Night Football. Happy NFL Week 7 to all of you. You also made it to a doubleheader of MLB playoff action. The game between the Phillies and Diamondbacks gets started in just about a half hour, and then there should be a really good game between the Rangers and Astros tonight. We're going to give you picks for everything, player prop bets, our analysis, and obviously our takes. If you guys want to get our picks, DM us on Instagram, and you'll find every pick that we make on the SHARPZ app. We've already put out our picks for that Diamondbacks-Phillies game. So DM us on Instagram if you want those picks right away. We will be dropping some of those over the next 30 minutes. Welcoming everybody into the show. We are going to cover a lot of fantasy football questions over the next 2 hours, 2+ hours. We're going to answer a lot of fantasy questions, sports betting questions, everything that you guys need to cash in on the day. Kike is guap. Hope you're having a great day. Great to see you. Dallas Ogborn, we'll get to your question in just a minute. All of those that are watching, welcome into Butt Fumble Sports. So great to have you with us every single day across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. We are live every single day at this time. Usually we're on at 5 o'clock, but I decided to come on just a little bit early because of that playoff baseball game. So great to have you guys with us. We are live every single weekday at 5 p.m. Eastern. We are live every weekend at 10 a.m. Eastern. So great to have you guys. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. Butt Fumble Sports, as I just said, live every day, but we're also putting out content, videos, a lot of other things across all of our channels, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, and Twitter. So make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're a part of this community. And for those that ever want to reach out, for those that ever want to contact us when we're off the air, always feel free to go to our website, buttfumblesports.com, or email us at feedback at buttfumblesports. That's our email, feedback at buttfumblesports.com. Great to have you guys with us. As I just mentioned, all of my bets, all of my picks for today are already on the SHARPZ app. So if you want them all right now, you can either go over there or just DM me on Instagram, buttfumblesports on Instagram. DM me there. I'll share a referral code and link so you can get every bet that I've already made. All of my picks are already there for today's MLB games, for the Thursday Night Football game, and even some of my Sunday picks are already there. So if you guys want any of my bets, DM me on Instagram. We'll give those out. Going to get to your fantasy questions. That's where we'll start things off. Already gave out one pick that's up on the screen. Just before we do that, I did take the under 42.5 last night. That's already moved. So make sure you guys jump on that under while you get the chance. Great to have you guys with us. Let's dive into some questions. Ricky M, Puka, Addison, Waddle, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Amari Cooper. Pick 4. Okay, Ricky M, the 4 I would pick are Puka, Waddle, Amari Cooper, and I'm going to lean towards Amon-Ra St. Brown for now. Addison would be the odd man out. Thanks for the question. Luis, Adams for Olave and Puka. Yes, Luis, I'd do that trade if I'm getting Olave and Puka. Dante, I got offered Cup, Puka, Flowers, and Gibbs for Olave, McCaffrey, and Ford. Should I do it? I have running back depth, no wide receivers. Well, I wouldn't give up wide receivers. You're getting Puka, Cup, and Flowers. If you're getting them and you have depth, sure, I'd go with it. Chase for Evans, Waddle, and Flowers. I'd rather have Evans, Waddle, and Flowers. Darren, I'd rather have Evans, Waddle, and Flowers. Christian Vasquez, I'd go Stafford over Goff this week. Stafford over Goff. Tiffany, thanks so much for supporting the show. Trevor Schaefer, 3 wide receivers on the bye. Do I would go with Dobbs or Downs? I'd go Romeo Dobbs. Trevor, I'd go Romeo Dobbs. Thanks so much for the question. LJ Durf, Carr, Dobbs, or Mayfield? Great question. I'm going to lean just slightly towards Carr. I'm going to lean towards Carr for now. Should I accept Waddle and Tank Dell for Justin Jefferson? I think Kike, again, if you're in a dynasty league, I would love it. I'd rather have the Waddle and Tank Dell side of that trade right now. Do you like this trade? Asks Priceless Pigeon. Downs and Jonnu for Jacoby Myers. Yes, I do like that trade. Yes, I do. If I trade James Cook, who should I... yeah. Dallas, I love you supporting the show. Bit of an open-ended question there. Let's be a bit more precise, and I can give you a quick answer on it. Connor, Cup, Puka, Evans, DJ Moore, Myers, and Hollywood. Pick 3. Cooper, Cup, Puka would definitely be 2 of them. And then I'm going to lean just slightly towards Mike Evans. So Connor, Cup, Puka, and Evans. Thanks so much for the question. Mello between Kirk and Watson. Man, I really like both of them this week. Look, I think Kirk's going to have a great game. I'll go with Watson, though. Mello, I'll go with Watson over Kirk, though I think both have good weeks. Should I trade Addison for Ridley? Sure. Aaron S., I would do it. Ahmed, Dobbs, or Hunt. Tilly, I might lean towards Hunt, actually. Just barely over Dobbs. It's close between those two. J Money, start 2. I would start Amari Cooper, and I'd start Terry McLaurin. Those would be the 2, J Money. I think Cooper and McLaurin would be the 2. Connor, pick up Raiders, Browns, or Steelers defense. Connor, you got to pick up the Browns. Browns have been arguably the best defense in the NFL this season, so they're not just good for this week, they're good for the rest of the year. Got to go pick up the Browns, just like I did earlier today when setting my lineups for the week. Carter, 22. Trade Robinson and Osborne for Puka. I'd be okay with it as long as you have running back depth. Luis Martinez traded Barkley, Hawkinson, and Chase for McCaffrey and Laporta. You gave up, I think you gave up too much. Luis Martinez, I think you gave up too much, but I get it. Wandale Robinson, Curtis Samuel, Rashee Rice. I'd go Rashee Rice. Love or Trevor Lawrence. Darren, I'd go Love. Darren Caleb, I'd go with Love over Lawrence. Trade Hall for Lamb. Marco, I'd be okay with that as long as you got the running back depth. Roman, McCaffrey for Amari, Saquon, and Kyron Williams. No, I'd rather have Christian McCaffrey, believe it or not. Maximilian Decker. Evans for JJ. I don't want Justin Jefferson right now. I wouldn't trade for him. Nolan Kloss, pick 3, please. Addison, Moore, Olave, and Kirk. Nolan Kloss, I think you know which 3 I'm going to go with. It's Olave, Kirk, and Addison. I don't trust DJ Moore with a backup quarterback. Not Alec, Laporta, or Swift for the flex. I'd go Swift. Not Alec, I'd go with Swift over Laporta for the flex. Dot, pick 2, Waddle, Evans, or Watson. I'd go Waddle and Watson. Dot, I'd go Waddle and Watson. Thanks for the question. CG, Stevenson, Laporta, and Michael Thomas for Hall and Swift. Yes, I'd do that deal. CG Vayner, I would do that deal. Is Trevor Lawrence playing tonight? Guys, it is being reported that Trevor Lawrence is going to play tonight. John, NGO, it is being reported that Lawrence is going to play tonight, so definitely an uptick in value for ETN, Ridley, but especially Christian Kirk, guys. I actually want to give out my first player prop bet of the night. How about this, actually? When we hit, let's go, I want to give it out right away. So when we hit 2,000 likes, we'll make it easy on you guys. When we hit 2,000 likes on TikTok, I'm going to give out a player prop bet. Just want to get you guys engaged and into it. 2,000 likes, we're going to give out a player prop bet around Christian Kirk. Daniel, what side do you like more? ETN, Thielen, and Brown, Cup, Eckler, and Andrews. It would be the Brown. It would be the Cup, Eckler, and Andrews side. Daniel, the Cup, Eckler, and Andrews side I like more. Again, at 2,000 likes, we're going to give out a player prop bet involving Christian Kirk tonight. Start Ingram or Laporta. I'd actually start Ingram now that we know Stevenson's playing. Mayer or Freiermuth this week. I'm going to lean just slightly towards Freiermuth, only because Mayer, no Jimmy G this week. It's being reported that Jimmy G will be out this week. Just hit 2,000 likes over here on TikTok, so let's go give out one of our favorite player prop bets of the day. Hope you guys are excited for tonight's Thursday night football game. And like I said, Christian Kirk is someone that we like now that we know Trevor Lawrence is going to be playing. Specifically, what am I taking? The implied probability shows it right here. Christian Kirk over 4.5 receptions. Really like this. How has it been as a trend? When they've been on the road, this has been a fantastic trend of late. Better trend, actually. Don't count that Colts game. But these two, I actually really like this. Keep in mind, actually, they were on the road. This shows 2 home games, but really they were in London. So this is a better play overall. I actually like this play a lot. Again, that's Christian Kirk. I'm going to throw it up here on my board so you guys can see it. Christian Kirk over 4.5 receptions tonight. One of my favorite player prop bets. Again, guys, if you want every bet that I make every single day, just DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I give away all of my picks for free. I never put them behind a paywall. I want you guys to cash tickets. If nothing else, I want you guys to see what I'm betting so you can tail, you can fade. It's totally up to you. But that way you know how Butt Fumble Sports is playing it. So DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Shoot me a DM being like, hey, I want your picks. I'll send you a referral code and link, and you can check out every bet that I make for free over on the SHARPZ app, a great social network for sports bettors. Let's get back to some of your fantasy questions. Nathan, Cooper, Flowers, Christian Watson, which one would I bench? Ooh, it's very close. It's between Cooper and Flowers right now. I'm going to lean towards Flowers as the player to bench, actually. Russ or Carr? Josh, I'd go with Carr just barely. Alex, pick 2, Ridley, Lockett, Flowers, or London. I'm going to go with Lockett, and I'm going to go with London. Alex, I'm going to go Lockett and London. Those will be the 2 for me. Ham Buddha, thanks for supporting the show like you do. JT and Ayuk for AJ Brown and Andrews. Ooh, good question. I think it's a really good trade either way. I think it's fair. I like the Brown and Andrews side, so I pulled the trigger on it. Anonymous Gaming over on Kick is asking, pick 3, AJ Brown, Waddle, Kirk, or Debo. Well, Debo's questionable, so I actually would make him the odd man out because it's a Monday night game. I wouldn't want to risk it, Anonymous Gaming, so I'd go Brown, Waddle, and Kirk. Those would be the 3. ATY Flynn also watching on Kick. Pick 1 wide receiver, running back, and 1 flex. I would go JT on the running back. I would go Lockett as the wide receiver, and I'd go Ridley as the flex. Look, I don't like Pittman. Don't like Pittman. Don't think he's got a good matchup this week going up against that Browns defense. Thanks for the question. Michaela, JT and Puka for Pollard. No, you're giving up too much there. Michaela, I wouldn't pull that trade. I'd rather have JT and Puka. That's the side of the deal I want. So, Michaela, if you're giving up those 2 to get Pollard, don't like the trade. User 3677, start Hunt or Warren. I'd start Hunt. User 3677. When we get up to 10,000 likes, I'm going to give away another player prop bet for you guys tonight. Another one of my favorite player prop bets. 10,000 likes. By the way, I also want to drop MLB picks for you guys. So I'll make it a little bit easier. Let's do it at 5,000 likes, everybody. 5,000 likes, we'll do an MLB player prop bet. MLB player prop bet at 5K, because I really want to get those to you guys. It's going to be for the Diamondbacks game, so hit that like button. Let's jump on that. Fort Squatter. I gave up Mixon and Mahomes for Diggs. I like the deal. I do like the deal. Pittman, James Cook for Bijan. If you're the one getting Bijan, I really like it. Really like it. Tucker, McPherson, or Myers, rest of season. Tucker. Always Tucker. Trust him more than any other kicker in the NFL. Doesn't matter what the Ravens are doing. The Cake 88. Trade Kyron for Henry. Yes, I do it now. Yep. Trade McCaffrey for Keenan Allen and Swift. No, I wouldn't do that. I don't think I'd do that, actually. Oscar Vasquez. Trade away Pollard and Evans for Pacheco and Ayuk. No, Oscar Vasquez, I wouldn't pull the trigger on it. Brandon Fornes. Full PPR pick 2. I'd go Kirk, and I'm going to lean just slightly towards Curtis Samuel, I think. Brandon, it's going to be Kirk and Samuel. Bizarre 2 to go with. Joseph, great to have you with us. Evans, Mason, or Warren? That's a tricky one, Joseph. It's between Evans and Warren for me. I'm going to lean slightly towards... I'm going to lean slightly towards Evans. Joseph. It's very close, though. John Bills, Purdy, or Stafford. I have Puka. He has Kittle. I'd still go with... Actually, I think it's kind of... John, I'd be okay if you went Purdy to counter his kind of play, cut into some of that value. It's a good matchup against the Vikings, so I don't have a problem with it. I think Stafford might score a point or 2 more, but Purdy to cut into that value of Kittle, since you know Kittle's not going to be involved in the running game. It's actually not a terrible idea. We just hit 5,000 likes, so I want to give out a couple picks for you guys. First of all, shocked with where this MLB game is at right now. Diamondbacks, I can get them as an underdog right now. Look, Diamondbacks are getting their butt kicked when they're playing in Philly, but no Zach Wheeler on the mound today, no Aaron Nola on the mound. I don't know why the Diamondbacks are being disrespected the way that they are. So for my MLB game pick that I'm giving out right now, I'm going to take the Diamondbacks plus 1.5. I actually really like that bet. I don't know why they're being Look, I know the Diamondbacks have a dog poop of a pitcher on the mound. Brandon Pfaadt is not a good starting pitcher. That said, the Phillies have no experience against him. They've never faced him before. And Ranger Suarez, he does have some bad numbers against a few of the hitters in the Diamondbacks lineup. That's the player prop bet that I wanted to talk about. One player that hits him really hard and is on a phenomenal hot streak, Ketel Marte. Now, Ketel Marte, you're not going to get him on hits because it's 1.5. But hits, runs, and RBIs, that's cashed in 4 of the last 5 games, 6 out of the last 10. And I really like this one today. So, the player prop bet that I promised you guys for 5,000 likes over on TikTok is Ketel Marte over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Giving that one to you guys. It's minus 150 right now, minus 155. I think that's a good play to get on, and it kind of plays into the narrative of Diamondbacks on the cover. He has great numbers against Ranger Suarez. Let's get back to some of your fantasy questions. We will give out another player prop bet at 10,000 likes. At 10,000 likes, another player prop bet. If we get there fast enough, it'll be one for this Diamondbacks game. So make sure you keep hitting that like button. Log M, would you start Ingram with Lawrence in? Yes, I would now. Yes, I would now. Trig, should I trade Kupp, JT, and Kirk for Mahomes, Kyron, Puka, and Garrett Wilson? Triggs, no, I wouldn't. Triggs, I would not do that deal. Would not do that deal. Philly Mac, I'd go Ridley. Philly Mac, I'd go Ridley. Goop, Reynolds, Moore, London, full PPR pick 3. Okay, if I'm picking 3, I'd go Sutton, I'd go London, and I'll go with DJ Moore just because I think they will throw to him enough. Just because I like him more than Reynolds. By the way, guys, I actually just saw a story to rant for one quick second. Philly fans are currently buying or have bought tickets in Arizona, and they are not attending the game. They are buying tickets to keep the stadium empty. How freaking brutal, how badass, how savage are Philly fans to be buying tickets to a game they won't be going to just so the Diamondbacks won't have a true home field advantage. Love it. That's Philly fans to a T. Love it. Kirk or Ayuk rest of season, I would go with Christian Kirk. Drop Eagles and get the Browns? Yes. For this week, I prefer the Browns. Long term, it might be the Browns as well, believe it or not. Anti-kills 99, I'd go with Brian Robinson. I'd go Robinson out of that group. LT YouTube, do I start Mostert and Collins for Bijan and Montgomery, or do I trade them? Very, very close. Wow. LT YouTube, I think I'd rather have... Wow. It's close. It's a fair trade. I don't know which side's the better. It's a fair trade, though. Ridley or Sutton this week? I'm going to lean just slightly towards Sutton, I actually think. Etienne, Bijan, Brian Robinson start 2. I would start Bijan and Brian Robinson. Fort Squatter, Goff or Herbert? I'm going to go with Herbert. Fort Squatter, I'm going to go Herbert. Toe Eater Bray, I'd go Rashee Rice. Xander Simmons, oh, answer that one. Parker Bledsoe, start 2. I would start Amari Cooper, and I would start Gibbs. Cooper and Gibbs. Thanks for the question. Let's jump over to you, TikTok, and answer some. Evan, trade Olave, Hawkinson, Damian Pierce for Raheem Mostert. No. Evan, you're giving away those 3 players to just get one back? No. Wouldn't do that. Thielen and Barkley for Eckler and McLaughlin. Ooh, great question. I'd rather have Thielen and Barkley. Xander Simmons, Trevor Lawrence is playing tonight, guys. Trevor Lawrence is playing tonight. He is going to play. Julian, however, even though Lawrence is playing, I would start Sam Howell. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to put up big numbers tonight. I think he's going to perform well. I don't think he's going to have big numbers. He'll be okay. Tough pass defense that he's going up against. Think he's going to get sacked a couple times. I'd rather start Sam Howell this weekend. Julian Lozano, I'd start Howell over Lawrence. Froby, Myers, Addison, Ridley. I would lean just slightly towards... Ooh, I'm going to go with Addison. Froby, I'll go with Addison, I think. Junior Rose, thanks so much for supporting the show. Anyone you should target giving away? Madison Collins, I don't really know. Again, I say this a lot, Junior Rose. You're a loyal viewer, so you know. Go look at the other teams. Look who's struggling. Look who needs maybe a wide receiver. Looks like you kind of need to upgrade at running back. Maybe you compare the Madison and Collins together. Go upgrade at that running back position. So we thinking Robinson over Etienne. Xander, I would. I just think the Saints defense is tough enough where I'd rather take Robinson against the Giants. Kyron Williams, Ridley, and Waller for Pollard and T. Higgins. Christian, I'd make that deal. Christian, I would do that trade. Again, at 10,000 likes, we'll give out another player prop bet. Another player prop bet at 10,000 likes. We're going to do it for the Diamondbacks game, so make sure you tap that screen so I can get it out really quick. Josh Waldrop, pick 2. I'd go with Ayuk and Puka. Ayuk and Puka, Josh. Mostert's not a good start this week. I would not start Mostert, Josh. Renee, should I trade Montgomery or Mixon for Cook? No. Renee Aziz, don't do that. Cook doesn't have real value. Tyler, flex position. Robinson or Javonte Williams? I'm leaning towards Robinson as well, Tyler. I would go with Brian Robinson as well. Again, at 10,000 likes, we're going to give out another player prop bet. Tap that screen so we can get up there really fast, guys. Robert, I'd go Shaheed. Robert, I'd go Shaheed. By the way, I've got another great player prop bet involving him. I'll get to it in a little bit. Bucky MC, I'd go Jones, I think. It's close, but I'll go Aaron Jones. Law of Jace, pick 3. I'd go Rashee Rice, I'd go Puka, and I'd go Terry McLaurin. Rice, Puka, and McLaurin. Thanks so much for the question. Again, 2,000 likes away from another MLB player prop bet for the Diamondbacks game. Tap that screen. Kike Farr, I'd go Puka. Kike Farr, I'd go Puka. Zane, thoughts on Ridley? I don't know if I should play him or Kirk. I'd go Kirk. Guys, I actually prefer Kirk over Ridley tonight. This is one of the rare situations where I prefer the wide receiver 2 over the wide receiver 1. Why? Saints pass defense, shut down cornerback number 1, man defense, favors Kirk. They use him in the slot. Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk's the better start over Calvin Ridley tonight. Christian Vasquez, Ridley Gibbs, or Watson in the flex. I'd go Watson. No problem, Xander. I forgot Stevenson was on the bench. It'd still be the same. It'd be Bijan and Brian Robinson. Yes or no, I get Keenan Allen and Roshan. I give up Ayuk, Taylor, and Dobbs. I'd probably prefer Ayuk, Taylor, and Dobbs. I prefer keeping the players I have. Johnny, pick 2, week 7 PPR. Gibbs, Kirk, Amari Cooper. I'd go Kirk and Amari Cooper. I actually think Gibbs could have a tough time against that Ravens run defense. Thanks for the question. Kyler R27. Should I trade A.J. Brown and Cook for McLaurin and Jacobs? Yes, I actually would do that trade. Sammy Cameron, I'm trading away Moss, and they're offering a wide receiver. Who's your pick? If I could pick out of any of them, I'd go with Puka. I'd go Puka number 1. I'd go probably Smith 2, Flowers 3. Spencer Niles, Kirk, or I'd go Kirk. I really like Kirk's matchup tonight. Brock Ford, you like Foreman this week if Johnson's out? No. I think Roshan Johnson's not only going to play, I think he's going to have a good game. Daniel Watson, great question between the Browns and Raiders. I prefer the Browns, not just this week, but season long. Part of the reason I'm really on it. Chase, I'd go Andrews over Laporta, I think. It's close, though. I just prefer the defense of the Ravens, which makes me think that Laporta's the tougher matchup. Guys, 1,000 likes away on TikTok from another player prop bet. Make sure you're tapping that screen. Christian Vasquez, if you're not already seeing it up on our board, Christian Kirk, over 4.5 receptions, is already there. But Chris Olave is not. I'm not taking Chris Olave on receptions, but we'll get to another bet that I like for Chris Olave in a little bit. So I like the 4.5 receptions on Kirk. Not on Olave, but there's another one I do like for Olave. We'll get to it in a bit, but we are just a few likes away from our 10,000 likes for an MLB player prop bet. Want to give that out. Super close. So standing by, I'm going to give out another player prop bet at 10,000 likes. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. We have hit it, so let's give out that player prop bet right now. Already gave out Ketel Marte, giving you guys another one, and it's another Diamondback player. It's Christian Walker. Now, Walker, the good thing about this one is we can take this one on just over half a hit. He hasn't been hitting well enough, so over half a hit, minus 205. I'd actually, and I did, parlay these two together. Christian Walker, over half a hit, as well as Ketel Marte, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Both hit Ranger Suarez well. And if I've learned anything from watching the MLB postseason this year while doing the show, if a hitter has a good history against a pitcher, multiply that success in the playoffs. It seems like if they see them well in the regular season, they see them really well in the postseason because they're dialed in that much more. So, player prop bets that we've given out for the Diamondbacks game that's about to start. Ketel Marte, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Christian Walker, over half a hit. Also taking the Diamondbacks, plus 1.5 in that game. If you guys want all of my bets every single day, all you have to do is DM me on Instagram. That's Butt Sports on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. I give away all of my picks for free. You guys can see them all. Follow them, fade them, doesn't matter to me. I just want to give you guys as much information as possible, let you guys see my picks. That way you're well informed to make the decision for yourself. Okay, that's the player prop bets that I've given out for that baseball game. We've covered that game enough. Let's say when we get to 20,000 likes, at 20,000 likes, we're going to give out an NFL player prop bet for tonight's game. So, at 20,000 likes, we'll give out a player prop bet for tonight's Thursday night football game on Amazon Prime. So if you guys want to get in on that player prop bet, all you have to do is tap that screen, get us up to 20,000 likes. Breaks and Lottos, what's up? Great to see you. Paul Love, great to see you as well. Evans, Moss, Ridley, Edwards. Evans would be the one I like the most, Paul Love. It would be Evans. Derek Lane, I'd go, good question. Derek Lane, I'd go Laporta. Derek Lane, I'd go Laporta. Trey Wimp, I'd go Sutton. Trey Wimp, I'd go Sutton just barely. Texas Tejano, great to see you. Pick one this week. I would go Jacobs. ETN's got the tougher matchup. Reed, Pickens, and Debo for Chase. Yes, I would. Reed, I'd make that deal. JT and Downs for Kelsey. Jacoby, I would do that deal as well. Derek Lane, great to see you today. Matt V, Flowers and Gibbs for Hill. Matt V, I'd make that trade. Love it. Jager. Puka Madison for Kamara. Ooh, good question. I kind of like it. If you're looking to upgrade a running back, I think that's a fair trade. Lowe's Lender, LOZ Lender. Would you trade away Puka, Moore, and Ridley for Diggs and T. Higgins? The answer is yes. I actually think you're getting enough there. Yes. Let's answer some questions over on YouTube for a second. Jacob, JT and Mostert and Olave for Diggs. Or I'd rather have JT this week and Olave for Diggs, or I'd rather have Diggs or Jamar Chase than Olave. John 305, I traded away Devontae Kirk for Tyreek. Love it. John 305, love it. Tony Aziz, who do I start? Pick three. I'd start Olave, I'd start Puka, I'd start Ayuk. Olave, Puka, and Ayuk. C-Stut14, trade Flowers for Puka. That's fine. You can do it. I think it's about the same value. Pickens or Wandale, I'd go Pickens. Flash Agile, I'd go Pickens. You think Kyler Murray is a good IR stash? No, not really. Mahomes, Pitts, and Jones for Etienne and Jones. I'd rather have the Mahomes, Pitts, and Jones side. Jude Steinbach, I have Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt. Do I play both or Michael Thomas? I might play both, actually. They're facing a defense that could give up a lot of rushing yards, rather. Mr. Lopez, I'd go Geno Smith, I think. I get Keenan Allen, Stroud, Roshan. I give up Lamar, Jonathan Taylor, and Kirk. I'd rather have the Lamar, Taylor, and Kirk side. Seahawks or Browns defense this week? Browns defense. War Eagle, I'd go Browns defense. And I'd go Puka over Flowers. Brock Ford, you like Foreman this week if Johnson's out? The answer is I don't think Johnson's going to be out. I answered that before. Herbert or Burrow for the rest of the season? Rest of season? I think Burrow is actually going to be the better play rest of season. Start Jamal Williams tonight? No. I did Diggs and Moss for Devontae Adams and Kamara. Brandon, I don't know if I like that one. I'm on the fence about it. I don't know. That's close. I think I like Diggs the most, so I wouldn't have given him up. Raiders, Ravens, or Tampa Bay defense? I'd go Raiders. Christian Vasquez, I think I'd go Raiders. Appreciate all of those being with us. If you have not done so already, hit that follow button. Butt Fumble Sports is live every single day across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So if you love the content, the conversation, we're live every single weekday at 5 p.m. Eastern, every weekend at 10 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe. Great to have you guys with us every single day. Drizzy, Shaheed, Palmer, or Hardman. Drizzy, I'm going to lean just slightly towards Shaheed, believe it or not. And that actually means, guys, when we get to 20,000 likes, I have a player prop bet that I want to give out. Just teasing it right now, but I really want to drop it for this night, this football game tonight. So make sure you tap that screen. 20,000 likes. We'll give out a player prop bet that I am really liking right now. While we wait on you guys to tap that screen, let's do a few more fantasy questions. Peyton, Pittman, or Ridley? I'd go Ridley. Erectimus Prime, trade Swift for Debo and James Conner. No, I think I'd rather have Swift, actually. Robinson Jr. or Flowers Legacy? I'd go Flowers, I think. It's close. The problem is Antonio Gibson starting to get more touches in that Commanders offense, concerning me a little bit. I might lean towards Brian Robinson Jr., just barely. It's close. Keep your eye on the weather there in Baltimore. Might play a factor. Randall, Jacoby Myers, or DJ Moore. I like DJ Moore, but you're going to have to wait on his value to really kick in when Justin Fields gets back. Texas Tejano, I'd go Olave. Texas Tejano, I would go Olave. BBRR, I'd go Watson. BBRR, I'd go Watson. Caden, Saints tonight? Yes, guys, I'm actually going to put this pick out right now, and I'm going to take the Saints on the money line, everybody. Saints on the money line. That is the pick that I'm riding with. Saints on the money line is the pick tonight. So, if you guys are looking for my bets, you can DM me on Instagram. Giving out this one for you guys tonight. I do like the Saints on the money line tonight. I'm taking that one for now. Appreciate you guys being with us. Drizzy, great to see you. Again, at 20,000 likes, we'll give out another player prop bet for this game tonight. However, there is another thing I actually want to talk to you guys about. Do you guys love trivia? I'm a big trivia buff. I used to play it a lot. A Wednesday night, you go out to the bars. Great to have some trivia. I was always the sports guy. If you guys can't tell, my sports trivia knowledge is pretty good. Well, there's a way you guys can cash in on that, actually. So Stunt, I've talked to you guys about that app before. They do trivia every Thursday night. It's a lot like Trivia HQ, in which it's 12 questions. You get about 10, 12 seconds for each one, multiple choice. I actually won last week. I won like $166. I thought it was really easy. I don't know about you guys, but my trivia knowledge is pretty extensive when it comes to sports, and I didn't think it was that hard. So if you guys are looking to play some trivia tonight, it's at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock over on Stunt. If you guys want a link or a promo code, go DM me on Instagram. Guys, I'm a big sports trivia guy, and to be able to make some money on it, and again, I thought it was pretty easy. Now, my sports knowledge might be better than yours. Maybe not. A lot of big sports fans out there. But if you guys want to cash in on your sports knowledge, it starts at 7 o'clock. It doesn't last long. I think it's about 10 minutes, 12 minutes, so it doesn't take long. I'm going to do it tonight. I'm going to do our show. I'm going to get off at like 6:55, go over to Stunt, hopefully make some money on trivia, and hopefully come right back on live. So if you guys want to do trivia tonight and make some money doing it, DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM me on Instagram and just say in your comment, like, trivia. I'll send you guys a link. Again, that's at 7 o'clock tonight. 7 o'clock, sports trivia on Stunt. There's a $500 pool of money to be won. Last time, only 6 people won out of like 400 people. So it was $1,000 last week, $500 this week, but certainly a chance for you guys to cash in if you guys want to play some trivia tonight at 7 o'clock. Nick Dowling, what draft pick would you say a trade for Kenneth Walker straight up is worth in Dynasty? If I'm ever doing a Dynasty and I'm giving it up, I'm asking for a first-round pick. Brett, because I'm giving up current value for future value. That current value is greater right now, so that's why. Future value of money. Brecken, Steelers or Saints? Saints defense, I think. Brecken, I'd go Saints defense. Thanks so much for the question. Again, 20,000 likes, we will give out a player prop bet. We've got some people who are asking about that trivia. Let's get them that link really quick. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. I've already given out a few of my favorite bets tonight. I do love the under. I do love the under for tonight's game, so that's one play that I already like. As I mentioned, I'm also taking the Saints on the money line. Not the same level of conviction on that one, but the under is the play that I really like tonight. Just gave out that trivia link to a couple of you guys. Hope you guys are cashing in on that, as well as Gabriel. There you go, Gabriel. couple of you guys are going to go cash in on trivia at 7. Dirtball, who should I try and get for Breece Hall? I'd hold on to Breece Hall. I think his value is there. Xander Simmons, trade Gibbs, Godwin, and Cooper for Jefferson and Pacheco. Sure. Xander, sure, it's fair, I guess. Olave, Pollard, and Evans for McCaffrey. Brandon, I think you're giving up too much in that one. Neo Fusion, should I keep Jacobs, Swift, Walker, and Kamara, or should I get a different position? I would give up one of the running backs. I'd probably give up Jacobs, and I'd look to upgrade a wide receiver. Sure. Mahomes, Pitts, and Jones for Allen and Etienne. I'd rather have Mahomes, Pitts, and Jones, I think. Christian McCaffrey going to start? I think he might play, but I haven't heard anything yet on McCaffrey, so we're still holding out. Andrew Lapp. Man, tough between the Raiders. Raiders have a good opportunity against the Bears, but I like Eckler more. Andrew, I'm going to go Eckler. I'll go Eckler over Jacobs. Brett Trail, would you trade Montgomery for Rashad White? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I'd keep Montgomery for now. Again, guys, at 20,000 likes, we're going to give out a player prop bet that we love for tonight's Thursday night football game. So make sure you guys hit us up on that. By the way, Gabriel, we don't answer fantasy questions on Instagram. That's the place we give out links. If you want fantasy questions, you're literally getting it on every other platform. So the one platform I'm not doing it on is typing it on Instagram. Himothy, should I trade Hurts for Eckler? Yes, I actually would, Himothy. I think it's easier to get a substitute quarterback than someone of Eckler's caliber at running back. Troy, great to have you as a subscriber. Troy, I think your Jordan Love is going to play well this week. But start Jamal Williams or A.J. Dillon. I'd go Dillon. I really don't like either one. I really wouldn't start either one, but I wouldn't start Jamal Williams. I'd rather go with Dillon. Dad's Life, Higgins or Nico Collins rest of season? Ooh, great question in a full PPR. I think it's going to end up being Nico Collins. He's the wide receiver one on that offense. They've been passing plenty. They're not worried about C.J. Stroud. He's only going to get more confident as the season goes along, you would expect. So I'd go Nico Collins, actually, Dad's Life. Good question. I have Pittman. Okay. LeJadams, trade Breece Hall and Ferguson for Laporta and McLaurin. Yes, I would. LeJadams, J. Adams, I would do that deal. Dillon or Ford rest of season. I'd actually go Jerome Ford. I'd go Jerome Ford rest of season. Again, a couple of times you guys ask questions and it's like, the brand name sounds good, but it's the other guy who actually is in the better system or has the better opportunity to really cash in. The Nick RB, as much as I like Rice this week, I'll go Watson and Metcalf. The Nick RB, I'll go Watson and Metcalf. I do like Rashee Rice, but I like the other two more. Gorby, give Mixon and Cooper for Montgomery and Puka. Yes, Gorby, Gorbi. I love that trade. I would do it. Mama's boy, Josh Palmer. We're going to have to double check on that when we get closer to Sunday. We're not going to do player prop bet questions for Sunday right now. Getting into player prop bet questions for Thursday night. And by the way, we're so close, 20,000 likes. We're going to give out another player prop bet. This one's going to be for Thursday night football. So if you want that player prop bet for tonight's game, just tap that screen at 20,000 likes. We'll give it out. Spencer Niles, do you think Tyreek Hill will hit 2,000 yards? Yes, I actually think he's going to do it. I think he's going to do it because I think he'll stay healthy. Logan DeSimon, Myers without Jimmy Pickens. I'd rather have George Pickens. George Pickens, yep. I am worried about Jimmy G being out and that chemistry being faded. Vin, I'd go with Christian Kirk. Katsu, should I trade Ayuk and Laporta for Diggs and Ford? Yes, I'd actually do that, I think, because I like Diggs that much. Shank, trade Jones and Purdy for Etienne. No. Shank 13, don't do it. Chase Holtzman, Fields, Eckler, Cook, Waddle, Ridley, Flowers, Komet, 1 and 5. Do I make changes or ride with the team? You got to make changes. Fields injured. Cook isn't good. Komet obviously feeds off of Fields. No, there's a reason you're 1 and 5. You need to be managing that lineup. There are a couple guys that are good, but there are a couple guys that need to be replaced. I have Pittman, Evans, and Higgins. What wide receiver should I target to get? Open-ended question. We're trying to be a little fast about it. I don't know. Go look at some teams. Go look at teams in your league. I say this to you guys a lot when you guys ask open-ended trade questions. What I'll always tell you is go do the research. Go do the due diligence. Look at teams in your league that need to make a trade. So I can't tell you who to target because there's so many variables I don't know. In your league, what teams are failing, what players are on that team, who would be likely to make a deal with you, what are you offering that they need? So I love your support, 7Ts, but I can't possibly answer that because I don't have enough data to. Kelsey for Mahomes and Hawkinson. I think I'd rather have Mahomes than Hawkinson, especially since the Kelsey value can be transported a little bit, or a fraction of it I can get back with Mahomes. Thanks for the question. By the way, we just hit 20,000 likes. Because we hit 20,000 likes, I'm going to give you guys another player prop bet that I really like tonight. Another player prop bet that I like for Thursday Night Football. And I told you guys this one is going to be about Rashid Shaheed. Rashid Shaheed has been a really quality play out of nowhere. He has some good chemistry with Derek Carr. And that's why I'm taking over 2.5 receptions tonight. This has been a really good play, especially at home. Don't believe me? If you're watching over on YouTube, Kick, or Twitch, 4 straight home games, he has had at least 3 catches. Now, in 3 of those games, it was only 3 catches, but we don't care about that. This has been cashing. So, I'll put this one up on my board as well. That's Rashid Shaheed over 2.5 receptions. Put that one up on the board. You guys just got another player prop bet that we like tonight. We will give out another pick tonight, another player prop bet at 30,000 likes. At 30,000 likes on TikTok, we will give out another player prop bet for you guys, giving out picks every single day. Butt Fumble Sports, you guys know we love answering fantasy questions, obviously talking sports betting as well. If you guys want our picks every single day, if you don't want to wait for the likes, if you want to see every bet that I make across the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, college football, every bet that I make is on the SHARPZ app because SHARPZ allows you to connect your sports book. So every time I make a bet on my own, it automatically filters into the social media app SHARPZ. You can see every bet that I make. You can go to my profile, scroll through, see everything that I make. Player prop bet, total, game pick, doesn't matter the type of bet, doesn't matter the sport. You can see every bet that I make every day. If you guys want to do that, DM me on Instagram. That's Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. The name of my company, yes, I really did start a company called Butt Fumble Sports. DM me over on Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, and I'll hook you up with the referral code and the link for SHARPZ so you guys can go follow and fade all of my bets tonight. Appreciate you guys being with us. By the way, thanks so much, Sal. Ballish, I'd go love. Ballish, I'd go love over Geno, just barely. Krish Paul, is it worth picking up Zach Moss? My running backs are JT. Forgive me. My running backs are JT Eckler, Kyron, Achan, Connor, Jeff Wilson. Yeah, Krish Paul, I actually think it's a good idea. Silky J Money, pick 2. I'd go McLaurin, and I'd go McLaurin and Laporta. I think it's close, though. Taka Games, I'd go Rashid Rice. Taka Games, I'd go Rashid Rice. Jorge, I'd go Jones and Pacheco. Jones and Pacheco. I might sit McCaffrey this week for those two. 2B Huncho. I'm going to lean towards Brock Purdy just barely. Achan for Goddard, or for Garrett Wilson. Yes, I would do that deal. Let's get back to these fantasy questions over on TikTok. Walker, Waddle, and Myers for Tyreek. Yes, you're giving up a lot, Justin, but I would do it, believe it or not. I would do it. Best defense of this week. Ooh, good question. I certainly put the Browns up there. Browns are certainly in contention. I think the Commanders could be among them. I think the Buffalo Bills could be among them. So those are 3 of the top defenses that I have for this week. Logan Thomas or Kittle. Krish Paul, I like both. I'm going to lean towards Kittle just barely. Ray-Ben 5, I'm going to go Musgrave. Ray-Ben 5, I'm going to go Musgrave. Musgrave over Jonnu Smith. Thanks for the question. Mikhail, start Ridley, Moore, Flowers, pick 2. I'd go Ridley and Flowers. Mikhail, I'd start Ridley and Flowers, though I don't love them this week. Jeremy, Ramondre and Hollywood Brown for Olave. Yes, I would do that deal. Dom, Puka for CeeDee Lamb. Dom, I would do that deal. CJ Bryant, Cook for Ramondre Stevenson. CJ Bryant, I would do that deal. Mitch Myers, KJ or Metcalf. Mitch Myers, I'd go Metcalf. Mitch Myers, I'd go Metcalf. Niners Faithful. I'd go with Puka. Niners Faithful, I'd go with Puka. I wouldn't go with ETN like Ian Axelrod would. I'd go with Puka. I actually think Etienne is probably my third favorite player out of that group. Puka would be 1, Ayuk would be 2, Etienne would be number 3. Etienne could have a good game, but he's facing a really tough defense. I think Puka actually has the best chance to pop for you. War Eagle, should I start James Cook this week? I'm not crazy about it. Funny enough, I'm actually starting Latavius Murray in some lineups as kind of a substitute running back because of the buys. But overall, I don't think I trust James Cook. Jonathan Taylor for Devontae Smith, a good trade? No, I'd rather have Jonathan Taylor. I'd rather have Jonathan Taylor. Is it fair? Yes, but I'd rather have Jonathan Taylor. Appreciate all of you guys joining us every single day. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. If you haven't done so already, Butt Fumble Sports is live every single day. So when you hit that follow button, you never miss a show. You catch us every time we come on live, every weekday at 5 p.m. Eastern, every weekend at 10 a.m. Eastern. That way you never miss our content and never miss our show. Let's get back to some of these fantasy questions over on Kick. Log M is asking thoughts on Kittle without Debo. Better than Ingram? Ooh, it's really close. I think so. I think I'd rather go with Kittle, but I do like Ingram tonight, so it's a bit of a toss-up. It really is more because I think Debo and McCaffrey may be limited. That kind of increases the value of Kittle. Daniel Soria, do I start Hollywood Brown or DK? I'd start DK. DK over Hollywood Brown. Mayer or Jonnu? Chris Archer, I'd go Jonnu Smith. I don't trust Mayer when he doesn't have Jimmy G. Jack, Cousins or Love? Jack, I'd go Love over Cousins. Jack, I'd go Love over Cousins. And by the way, guys, don't fall in love with your cousin. Cuxo Alfaro, Zach Moss over Judy. Ooh. I might go Judy. Moss has a really tough matchup this week against the Browns defense. I might go Judy. Hezzy 2K, please answer. We got you. Who do I start? Devontae, Flowers, Ayuk, Olave. Choose 3. I'd go... You also have Kamara. I'd go Chris Olave, I'd go Devontae, and I'd go Ayuk. I might sit Flowers, actually. It's close, though. Brendan Wetland, Chase, Ingram, Thomas for Hall, Prescott, and Warren. Ooh, absolutely not. I'd rather have Chase, Ingram, and Thomas. Chase, Ingram, and Thomas. La J50, LAHJ50. Do I start Lawrence, Kirk, or Howell? I'd start Howell. I'd actually start Sam Howell. Chewy, who do I trade for Adams? Go look on your league and who needs a wide receiver. Art Gordon, 695. Will Deshaun Watson be a viable fantasy player again? It's possible, but I don't know if you could trust him until you see it consistently. I think the only thing I like about him more is I like Amari Cooper more and I like Njoku more. Appreciate all of those who are with us. Like I click over on Twitch when I trade Kelsey for Mahomes and Hawkinson. Would it be worth to then trade Hawkinson for Laporta and Gibbs? If you could pull that kind of maneuver, I'd love it. If you could pull that kind of move and really build out the depth of your team, I think it'd be brilliant. Jorge, I'd go McLaren. Jorge, I'd go Terry McLaurin. Sorry, Terry McLaurin. Deadpool, final decision. I'd go Baker. Deadpool, I'd go Baker. Thanks so much for being with us over on YouTube, Deadpool. By the way, if you guys on TikTok are ever like, oh, does he ever answer my question? If you contribute to the show, great way to get our attention. Also, YouTube, great way to get our attention as well. Zach Laporta or Ertz? I might lean just slightly towards Laporta, but it's close. Ray-Ban, I have Hurts, Jefferson, CD, Walker, Swift, Jacoby, JSN, and KJ Osborne. Any moves I may need to make? Absolutely. You got an injured player in there in Justin Jefferson. You do need to make some moves. Collier, no one will trade, but I need a running back. I have Lamar, Tyreek, A.J. Brown, Laporta, Godwin, Ford, and Gibbs. It's a good team. I actually would start that team this week. I think that's a winning team. Heber, Hall, or Joshua Taylor? If you're asking about Jonathan Taylor, Breece Hall's on a bye week, so it'd be Jonathan Taylor over Breece Hall. That's one of my favorite questions of the day. We were all over that one. Remy, I'd go with Purdy over Howell, I think. The weather in New York might concern me, and obviously being in the dome of Minnesota, I'll take Purdy over Howell, and I'll take Evans over Roshan Johnson. Ethan, what quarterback should I start? Stafford, Goff, or Purdy? Ethan, on that one, I'm going to lean just slightly, I think, towards Stafford, but it's close. Thanks so much, Jonathan. Appreciate you. Are Robbie Robertson, Godwin, or Rice this week? I'm going to lean towards Godwin, I think, but it's close. I like Rice, but he's just too big of a sleeper for me to chance it on that. Big Bobby Mack. Who do I flex? McLaurin. I like Shaheed, but I like McLaurin more. Randy, Andrews, Metcalf for Ayuk, Pollard, and Goddard. Yes, Randy to Mecca. I would do that deal. Spooks. Trade Hopkins for Pierce. Yes, I would. Marco Manriquez. Trade away Tyreek for Puka and Jacobs. No, I wouldn't. Dylan Bach. Should I do this? Eckler, Waddle, and Brown for Henry Ayuk and CeeDee Lamb? No, I wouldn't do that deal. Dylan Bach, I wouldn't do it. Aaron Gorashek. Should I sit Christian McCaffrey and start? Ooh, it's a great question. Aaron, I'm okay with it. I wish you really would start McCaffrey, but if you're worried about it, I get it. We don't know what McCaffrey's going to be. So starting ETN and then moving Kirk to the flex, I totally get it. Ropes 84, I'd go Logan Thomas. Thanks so much for the question. Make sure you hit that follow button, guys. Make sure you're subscribing. If I've answered your question, if you love the content and the conversation, make sure you support Butt Fumble Sports by hitting that follow button, hitting that subscribe button. So great to have you guys with us as a part of this community. The Art Dealers start 3 PPR. I'd start Kirk, Amari Cooper, and I'd go Gabe Davis. Kirk, Cooper, and Gabe Davis, and I'd start Carr. The Art Dealers, I'd start Carr. Ray-Ban5, thanks so much for subscribing over there. Austin Shoes, thanks so much for subscribing. Great to have you guys with us every single day. Appreciate you guys being a part of this community. IP Shade 45, great to see you as well. Trevor Schaefer, I'd go Goff. Trevor Schaefer, I'd go Goff, I think. I don't like either one, though. Miles, I'd go... Miles, I got to check one thing really quick before I answer this one. Who's got the better defense against the run? I'll go with Saquon. Miles, I'll go with Saquon Barkley. Deadpool, thanks so much for subscribing. Yaxon5, thanks so much for subscribing. Great to have you guys with us. Again, we're going to give out another player prop bet at 30,000 likes on TikTok. If you're watching over on TikTok, 30,000 likes, we'll give out another player prop bet. I'm dope. I'd go with Stafford, just barely over Love. I like all 3 of the quarterbacks that you named, but I'll go with Stafford over Love. I just think he's the safer play. That's why I'm doing it. Ruben Soto, trade Hawkinson, Walker for Nico, and Nico for Lamb, Hall, and Goddard. Yes, I would. Ruben, I would do it. Resample, I'd go Foreman, I think. Dallas Ogburn, I'd go Gibbs. Dallas Ogburn, I'd rather have Gibbs. Caspian C. No, Caspian C, I hate that trade. Caspian C, I'm not trading for Madison. Nope. Evan Perez, I'd rather have Ramondre Stevenson and Puka. R. Robbie Robertson, Goddard or Evan Ingram? Is it Evan Ingram? Because if it's Evan Ingram, I'd go Evan Ingram. But R. Robbie Robertson, please don't spam us. I'd appreciate it if you didn't. Eden, Watson or Thomas? Eden, I'd go Watson. Any waiver wire tight end to recommend? Luke Musgrave would be one that I really like. Ingram, Ertz, or Jonnu for tight end. Jorge, I might lean slightly towards Ingram, just slightly over Ertz. Mark, chances Devontae Smith plays. I think he will. Ben, great to have you with us. Bank Porcolab, start London over Ridley. Yes, I would start London over Ridley. Soundman Sam, Logan Thomas, Higbee, or Freiermuth. I'd go Logan Thomas. Soundman Sam, I'd go Logan Thomas. Jacob M. Hawkinson, Rice for Laporta and Lockett. I love the deal. Jacob M, I'd pull the trigger. Roger Sharp, sit 1. I would probably sit... Ooh, that's really tough. So Gibbs has a brutal matchup, but I am going to start Gibbs because he's the RB1. So I'll go Rice and Gibbs. I'm not crazy about it, though. That's a tricky one. I feel like that's a coin flip of a question. Appreciate you guys being with us. We'll give out another player prop bet at 30,000 likes, everybody. 30,000 likes. We'll give out another player prop bet. Damon, Kirk, and Olave. Those are my 2 favorite wide receivers tonight. I really like both of them. If I had to go in one direction, I'll lean towards Olave just barely, but 2 of my favorite plays for tonight in terms of player prop bets. Resample, chances Devontae Adams does good. No Jimmy G, don't feel as good about it. Connor Quinlan, Amari Cooper, James Cook for Gibbs and Diggs. I do it. Dat dude, should I trade Kyron for Montgomery? Yes. Dat dude, I'd pull the trigger on that. Great question. I will pull the trigger on it. Caspian C, Kirk 4.5. If Lawrence doesn't play, he is playing, guys. Trevor Lawrence is going to play tonight. So I do like Christian Kirk over 4.5 receptions. Again, we'll give out another player prop bet at 30,000 likes. At 30,000 likes, we're going to give out another player prop bet for you guys. If you guys don't want to wait, though, DM me on Instagram. You can get every bet that I make for free every single day. All you guys have to do is DM me on Instagram. That's Butt Sports on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. You can get every pick that I make every single day. All you guys got to do is DM me on Instagram. Mark, I'm starting Kirk tonight. I love it, Mark. I love it. Nick Dowling, Rice, Hardman, rest of season. I'm going to go with Rice. I'm going to take the chance and say that Rice has kind of usurped him by being on the roster this year. Julian, I'd go Kirk. Julian Tilford, I'd go Christian Kirk. Thanks for the question. IDK, I'd go Olave. IDK, I'd go Olave. Evan Curry, Dobbs, London, Flowers, Moore, Palmer, Dotson, pick 3. Evan Curry, I'd go London, Flowers, and Dobbs. London, Flowers, and Dobbs. Elijah Moore is a sneaky one, though. He's kind of an interesting. Shonk 13, Kamara touchdown. I didn't personally bet this one. Let's take a quick look at it. Keep tapping that screen, guys. At 30,000 likes, we'll give out another player prop bet for tonight's Thursday night football game. Really quick, let's look at Alvin Kamara. Over half a touchdown. By the way, guys, we're using the SHARPZ app. 43% implied probability compared to the under. Oh, only the over's in play. So the answer is, it's not a terrible play. Not terrible. I wouldn't take it. He hasn't cashed it home in a while. Joshua Hill, I'd go, Joshua Hill, I'll go Puka, barely over Olave. Joshua, I take it back. I'll go Olave. Joshua, I'll go Olave over Puka. It's very close, but Joshua, the Jaguars' pass defense has just been god-awful, so I will take Olave over Puka. It's very close between those two. Wish you could start both. Kamara for the touchdown, not a terrible bet. Not one I'm going to put up on my board, but wanted to show you the odds for it, Shonk 13. So something to consider. Not one I'm going to bet, though. Appreciate you guys being with us. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. We are live every single day. Make sure you're a part of this community. Start 2. I would start Samuel and Palmer. I'd start Samuel and Palmer. Nosebleed Fantasy. I would start Olave. Nosebleed Fantasy. I would start Olave. Nosebleed, we got you. We got you. Nosebleed, if you want to be a moderator, you got to pin other people's tweets. If you're willing to do that, we'll make you a moderator again. We allow subscribers to be moderators. Nucci, I'd go Ingram over Goddard. Ingram over Goddard. Buffalo Bill, I'd go Ingram over Waller. Gage, should I trade Devontae Smith? You can. His value's down, though, so you're not going to get as much as you probably want. Diego Gonzalez, trade Nico for Ridley? Maybe not. Maybe not. Cole Mason, should I capitalize off Thielen while I can? Yes. Yes, upgrade at running back. Jets info in a dynasty, I'd rather have Quentin Johnston. Randy, sell Kyron and Thielen for Cup? Yes, Randy, love that idea. Vince, Motley Crue, should I start Michael Thomas tonight or Elijah Mitchell Monday? I'd start Michael Thomas, I think. AJ, should I start Michael Pittman or Jonathan Taylor? Brutal matchup for both, but I'll go Jonathan Taylor. Just trust him a little bit more, getting more carries than Pittman will get targets. Appreciate you guys being with us. Guys, we don't answer fantasy questions over on Instagram, but if you do want all of my bets every single day, DM me on Instagram. Butt Sports on Instagram. We give out all of our bets for free every single day on Instagram. So if you guys want to follow every bet that I make every single day, DM me on Instagram. We won't answer your fantasy question there, but we will give out all of our picks every single day. All you guys have to do is DM us on Instagram. That's Butt Sports on Instagram. Thanks so much for being with us. Let's get back to those fantasy questions. Evans or Ridley? I'd lean just slightly towards Evans. Is this a good trade? Gave away Waddle for DK and Laporta. Yes, it is actually. Yep, that's a decent trade. Eli Brand, I'd go Addison. It's close actually. Eli Brand, I'm going to switch it. I'm going to go Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice. Schwarber home run next game. He's playing right now actually. So the answer is I did like him against Brandon Pfaadt, so it's not a terrible idea, but you'd have to bet it right this second. Who should I... Cole, we're not going to answer open-end questions tonight because it's a game night, so we're going to be faster about it, Cole. Ethan, trade CD for Diggs. Yes, Ethan, I would do it. Albert, Cup and Puka. Cup and Puka. Albert, I'd start Cup and Puka over Flowers. User 27, I would rather have Keenan Allen. User 2739, I'd rather have Keenan Allen. Frigid, trade DJ and Jefferson and Cook for Keenan Allen and Gibbs. You might be giving up too much value. I think it's an okay trade. You're getting value right now, Frigid, but actually you might be giving up too much, believe it or not. Austin, I go Roshan Johnson. Austin, I go Roshan Johnson over Rashid Shaheed. I like Shaheed tonight for that player prop bet that I highlighted earlier, but a little hesitant about taking him as a fantasy football play. Monkey, Calvin Ridley or Jacoby Myers. Monkey, I'd go Calvin Ridley. I would go with Ridley in that one. Will 77. Will 77. I'd rather have Flowers. I'd rather have Flowers. Brooklyn. I'd go Eckler and Etienne. Brooklyn, Mostert's got a brutal matchup this week. One of my least favorite running backs of the week, despite him being the number 2 fantasy running back this season. I'd go Eckler and Etienne. Thanks so much for the question. Again, if you guys want our bets every single day, just DM us on Instagram. Don't DM us for fantasy advice. We won't answer there. We're answering on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. But if you do want our sports bets every single day, DM us on Instagram. That's Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Resampled. Thanks so much for subscribing over there on YouTube. Hope all our YouTube subscribers are enjoying the show. Favorite Jordan play. Over half a hit would be fine for me. I'm not huge on him tonight. Over half a hit would be fine. Troy Suss. Trade Andrews and Dillon for Rashad White and Puka. Yes, I'd do it. Troy Suss, I would do it. Let's get back to these fantasy questions. By the way, again, guys, at 30,000 likes over on TikTok, we're going to give out a player prop bet that we love for tonight's Thursday night football game. So at 30,000 likes, everybody, 30,000 likes, we're going to give out that player prop bet. Judy or Downs, I'd go Judy. Anna, I'd go Ayuk. Anna, I'd go Ayuk. Thanks so much for the question, Anna. I would go with Ayuk. Thanks for the question. Should I trade White for Sutton? Yes, Jay, I'm okay with it. Patrick Ewing, I'd go with Rice. Or, I didn't see, was that McLaurin? I'd go with McLaurin over Rice. McLaurin over Rice. Thanks so much for helping me with my live goal, guys. Ridley, Pickens, or Amari Cooper. Zach, I'd go Amari Cooper. Cousins or Jared Goff. Ooh, really tough. I'm going to lean just slightly towards Cousins, believe it or not. Friendly confines of Minnesota is going to be a big part of that. Should I trade Diggs for JT and Waddle? Diggs for JT and Waddle. No, I'd rather have JT and Waddle. Oh, you're getting those two. Yes. So the answer is yes. JT and Waddle, yes. Seth, I'd go with Hunt. Seth, I'd go with Hunt. Do I start Lamar this week or Goff? I'd start Lamar Jackson over Goff. Lamar Jackson over Goff. Nosebleed Fantasy. I'd go with Carr, I think. I would go with Carr just barely. Should I trade Addison for Smith? Close. I think I'd rather have Addison, believe it or not. Sam Howell or Daniel Jones? I'd go Sam Howell. Sam Howell would be the play for me. Appreciate you guys being with us. Trevor or Howell? Drew Morris. I'd go Sam Howell, believe it or not. Sam Howell over Trevor Lawrence tonight. Still benching Ridley for Michael Thomas tonight? Probably. It's close, but I really don't like Ridley tonight. Olave or Swift for flex? I'm going to go with Swift. Just barely Zito. I'm going to go with Swift. I love Olave tonight, so it's tough, but I like Swift to get in the end zone on Sunday. So Zito, I wish you could start both, really. Chaz Painter, I'd go Christian Kirk. Chaz Painter, I'd go Christian Kirk. Dev, I'd go Ingram, I think. I'd actually go Ingram. Resampled, I'd go Gabe Davis. Resampled, I'd go Gabe Davis. Zach, I'd go Jordan Love. Zach, I'd go Jordan Love. Diego Gonzalez, I'd rather have Higgins, I think. I'd rather have Higgins, I think, down the stretch. If you guys want all of my bets every day, we're going to give out a player prop bet pretty soon. We're 2,000 likes away on TikTok from giving out another player prop bet for Thursday Night Football. Make sure you guys are tapping that screen. Going to give that out in a minute. Luca Vibes. Should I trade Lamar and DJ for Herbert and Myers? Yes, I actually would do that deal. No, I take it back. Luka vibes, no. Because I don't think Myers actually has more value than Moore once Justin Fields get back. So no, I take it back. Proxy Clips, Eckler for Achane, Wilson, JT, and Puka? Yes. Proxy Clips, yes, I do that trade. Jake Goldswig, trade Mostert for Devontae Adams. No, I would not do that deal, Jake. I would not do that deal. Austin Chatterton. Should I trade Williams and or Miles Sanders for Jonathan Taylor? I'd trade Williams if you could. I'd trade Williams. N-Blood17, Christian Kirk. N-Blood17, I'd go Christian Kirk. Again, guys, 30,000 likes for our next player prop bet. Thaw7815. I'd go Evans. Nosebleed Fantasy, I'd go Olave. Nosebleed Fantasy, I'd go Olave. Thanks for the question. Yes, I'd go Purdy. Yes, I'd go Purdy over Lawrence. Wutombo, I'd go Christian Kirk. Wutombo, I'd go Christian Kirk. Thanks so much for the question. Mech, I'd rather have Waddle and Lawrence. Thanks for the question. So close to that next player prop bet, guys. 30,000 likes to get it. Let's check over a couple questions here. RW, what do I think of the lineup? Allen, Pacheco, Murray, Rice, Puka, Kittle, Myers, San Fran defense, and Puka, or Butker rather. I like everyone but Myers this week. Not big on Myers this week. Cayenne, I'd go Ford. Frosty, 1464. I have Rice and Kirk on my bench with Puka, Smith. I'd put Kirk in for Smith. Stephen Hall, pick 2. I'd go Addison and Pickens. I hate Najee Harris, one of my least favorite players in fantasy this year. Jack, I'd go Waddle and Puka. Camden, I'd go Puka. OMT, I'd go White. Carlos Ruvalcaba, I'd go Flowers. I'd rather have Flowers, Carlos. Luis Martinez, who at the flex? I'd go with Rice, just barely. Austin S, start 2. I'd go McLaurin and Godwin. Stephen Hall, thanks so much for supporting the show. Zach, I'd go Howell. Over Collins. If you guys are watching over on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, or Kick, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're with us every day, because we are live every single day. There is not one day of 2023 that Butt Fumble Sports won't be live. So if you love the content, you love the conversation, you love getting fantasy, sports betting, or DFS advice, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're a part of the best community of sports fans on social media. We are going to give out that player prop bet that I promised, because we just hit 30,000 likes. You guys are awesome. Can't say thank you enough. Let's look at this Thursday night football game, and where are we going with it? Chris Olave, everybody. He is a player I really like tonight. I mentioned, love the matchup that he has against the Jaguars. A bad pass defense. The over receiving yards. Taking this one. Has it been a great trend? Decent. 4 out of the last 6 games. Decent trend, but just love the matchup too much to not take it. So, putting it up on my big board. Chris Olave, over 62.5 receiving yards. That's over 62.5 receiving yards for Olave. Oh, it's 61.5. Like it even more. If you guys wanted to put it into a parlay, you could take it at 49.5. That's a really attractive play as well. I'd also take the over 49.5, and I'd convert it into a parlay play. Appreciate all of those that are watching the show. If you want every bet that I make every single day, all you have to do is DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. The name of my company, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. I will answer, I give away all of my picks there. So all you have to do is DM me, and I'll give away all of my picks for free. Zeta Vino, great to have you with us. I'd go Watson. Zeta Vino, believe it or not, I'd go Christian Watson. Thanks so much for the question. Hope you're having a great day. Ricardo Martinez. Cook's droppable. Madison's droppable. I might keep White, but he's the only one. Shane, I'm going to lean towards Foreman. I'll lean towards Foreman. Lions are a good run defense. Jorge, I'm going to lean towards Gibbs. I'd lean towards Gibbs. John, 305, thanks so much for subscribing. Great to have you with us. Appreciate you being a part of this amazing community, John. To answer your question, should I trade away Bijan for Jefferson? I'm not crazy about it. I don't like Jefferson's rest of season value as much as others do, so I'd keep Bijan. Carter, I'd go Debo. Austin, I don't trust Brian Hoyer. Absolutely not. Resampled, I'd go Love. Jorge knows the deal. Jorge, so appreciate you being such a loyal viewer. Let's get back to some of these questions. Flowers or Pickens? Nate, I'll lean towards Flowers just barely. Yeet, I'd go Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk would be the play for me. Appreciate you guys being with us every single day. Lucas asked for my picks. He just DM'd me on Instagram. Guess what he's getting? Like a car at an Oprah Winfrey show in the early 1990s or 2000s. He's getting it. He's getting all of my picks. So if you guys want all of my picks, all you have to do is DM me on Instagram. Connor, I'd go Hunt over White. Connor Blom, I'd go Hunt over White. Thanks for the question. Sorry if I butchered your name. K Melton, 2250. I'd go Baker. K Melton, I'd go with Baker Mayfield, actually. Tylen Pausetts. I have Cook, Robinson Jr. Is that enough? Or should I try to trade for... Oh, you got to trade. James Cook, not valuable enough. Doesn't contribute enough. Jorge, I'd go Love over Lawrence. Trade Olave for Breece Hall. Marshall, it's not a terrible idea if you need the running back help, but I'd rather have Olave, I think. Evan, Etienne, or Gibbs? Man, really close. I'll go Gibbs, though. Krish Paul, do I give away Hawkinson or Laporta and Garrett Wilson for Kyron Kittle, James Conner? No, Krish Paul, I wouldn't do it. Cook, JJ, Cook, and DJ for Henry and Diggs. Yes, Seth, I would do it. If Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson plays, you still rocking with Kirk and Amari? Yep, yeet, 56. Yes, I am. Raymond Guzman, Moss, Thielen, Williams for Brown and Kyron. Raymond, I actually would slim down the trade. I'd try to keep Moss and trade Thielen and Williams just for A.J. Brown. I don't know if Kyron Williams is going to be back soon enough. David Sosa, happy Friday Junior to you. Hope you're having a great day. Jimmy G is not going to play, guys. Jimmy G is out. Jimmy G, they've already said he's going to be out this week. So Derek Carr, David Sosa, by default, Derek Carr. Resampled, I'd go Gabe Davis. I'd go with Gabe Davis. Joey Dronzak. I'd go Aaron Jones. I'd go with Aaron Jones over Bijan. Thanks so much for being with us. If I've answered your question, if you love the comments, if you love the conversation, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing today. Ethan K, guess what you just got? Every pick that I make, every single day. So, if you guys want my bets every day, every pick that I make, no matter the sport, no matter the type of bet, just DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram, and make sure you hit the follow button while you're there. eBally97, hold on to Henry rest of season because of trade rumors? Absolutely. Great thinking. That's exactly what I would do right now. Caden, is Moss startable this week? Nope. Not against the Cleveland Browns. No, he's not. I would sit him, Caden. I'd sit Moss. Will, 77, really tough. Like Waller, like Thomas. I'll go with Logan Thomas just barely, though. Justin Bird, I'd go with Robinson. I'd rather have... Mixon's been a good enough... I take that back. Justin Bird, Mixon's been a good enough fantasy play. I'll throw Mixon in there. Peyton McGrath. Guess what Peyton McGrath's getting right now? Every pick that I make. Oh, Jack wants him as well? Jack, you just got every pick that I make every day. What about Foreign Concept LLC? Pretty great handle. You're also getting every pick that I make. You guys just got them all. Amy Long, I'd go Metcalf. Amy Long, I'd go Metcalf. Thanks for the question. Tristan Stone, I'd go with Purdy. Tristan Stone, I'd go Purdy. Brady, we don't answer fantasy questions on Instagram, buddy. Sorry. Don't answer fantasy questions on Instagram. We're already on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. It would be so hard if I was trying to write answers in while I was also trying to give out fantasy advice. I'm multitasking, as you can tell, at a pretty strong level, but I'm not that good. So, appreciate it, though. Gridiron 99. Should I trade Devontae or Jefferson for somebody? Yes. And if so, try to get an RB1. Try to get like a Pollard. See if you could really try to get value out of both. David Sosa, thanks so much for supporting the show. You just got every pick that I make every single day. Dante, I got offered Cup, Puka, and Kirk and Gibbs for Olave and McCaffrey. If you're getting Puka, Cup, Kirk, and Gibbs, I would do the trade, Dante. I would do it. Hold JT. Yes, I'd hold on to him. I wouldn't give him up. Dat Dude, trade Williams for Achan. I think so. Just know Achan's value won't come back for weeks. So if you're willing to wait like a month, maybe 3 weeks for his value to return, then I would do it. But be mindful, it's not as great as it once was. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Sal, Heaney over 1.5 earned runs. Yes. Sal, I would take that bet. By the way, guys, when we hit, I'm going to make it easy. 35,000 likes. At 35,000 likes, I'm going to give out my SHARPZ play of the day. So if you guys want my favorite bet of the day across all sports, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, my favorite bet of the day, I'm going to give it out at 35,000 likes. At 35,000 likes, I'm going to give that out. So tap that screen over on TikTok. Krish Paul, I'd rather have TJ Hawkinson. Jorge, I'd go with Metcalf. Oh, Jorge, I'd rather have Tyreek Hill. Yep, I'd rather have Tyreek Hill. RW, I'd go Curtis Samuel. RW, I'd go Curtis Samuel. William Fenton, trade Ingram for Olave. Yes, I would, William Fenton. Great question. Yes, I would. Zach, B22, Diggs and Waddle for Devontae, Debo, Jacobs, Amari, and Miles Sanders. Woo! Yes, I would, Zach. I think I would pull that trade. Jefferson for Jacoby Myers and Nico Collins. Yes, I would. Like that deal. 35,000 likes to get my SHARPZ play of the day. Moody, Moss, or Thomas. I'd go Thomas, Moody. I'd actually go with Thomas. Jordan, Jerome Ford, or Zach Evans. I'm going to go Jerome Ford, actually. Jerome Ford. Howell or Russell Wilson. Doctor, I'd go Sam Howell. Doctor, I'd go Sam Howell. Could I get ETN for Dotson and Pierce? Yes, you could. I bet you could. Jordy. Oh, Matt Holliday. Matt Holliday just pinned his tweet. R2, running back 2. I'd go Zach Evans. Yeah, I'd go Zach Evans on that. I'd go Zach Evans. I don't trust Hoyer either. Great question. We are so close to 35,000 likes. Jules, Christian Kirk over receiving yards tonight. I lean in that direction, yes. I like his receptions bet more. That's my favorite bet. When it comes to Kirk, I like receptions, over on receptions more. But I do think he probably hits on the over receiving yards as well. Brendan Miller, I'd go Olave. Brendan Miller, I'd go Olave. Guys, we have hit 35,000 likes because you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate the support that you guys show Butt Fumble Sports every single day. So, with that said, guess what we're going to do right now? Now that we've given Frank and Trevor our favorite picks of the day, we are going to give out our SHARPZ play of the day. This is my favorite bet. Across every sport, across every type of bet, this is my favorite play of the day. This is the one that I have got the greatest confidence level in. I've put the most money behind. Here's the play that we're going with. I am taking a player prop bet. It's going to be an MLB player prop bet. So let me switch on over to MLB so I can show it to you guys on my screen. Jose Altuve. Jose Altuve, I am taking him on over. You can take it on over half a hit. Not attractive enough. But I'm going to take this on over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Yes. Is it a great play tonight? In terms of implied probability, pretty darn strong for what it is. I'm taking over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Why am I taking this? Altuve has raked in Arlington this year. When he's played the Rangers in Texas, I shouldn't say in Texas, but in the Rangers home stadium, 8 home runs this year. 8 home runs this year. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I think he gets a hit. I think he scores a run. I think he could also get an RBI. That's why I like this play so much. This is my SHARPZ play of the day. My favorite bet that I like of anything out there. Jose Altuve over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. You can put it on the board. Yes, sir. We're taking Jose Altuve over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs as our SHARPZ play of the day. Again, guys, if you want to follow or fade every bet that I make every single day, I give them away for free on the SHARPZ app. All you have to do is DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. We give you guys every single pick every single day. So Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. That way you can tail every bet that I make every single day. You guys enjoy that? So happy you did. Arctic Tiger, Altuve, Pena, and Abreu. Love all three. Arctic Tiger, love the thought. Bregman's also a good play as well. But Altuve, Arctic Tiger, you knew where I was going. Christian McCaffrey, DK for Justin Jefferson, Evans, and Swift. That's actually a trade I might consider. I still think I like the McCaffrey side, but you're getting enough to go along with Justin Jefferson that actually makes it kind of attractive to me. I might pull the trigger on that one. I kind of like the Jefferson, Evans, and Swift side because Evans and Swift have enough value. If Jefferson provides any value rest of season, you win that trade actually. Freddie Ramirez, would you trade Mostert and Evans for A.J. Brown? No. No, I really like Mostert. Altuve, 324 average against Heaney and 2 home runs. Jorge, I knew you'd love that play. I knew he had great numbers against Heaney. Knew I'd love it. Evan Curry, because of the NFL and the MLB tonight, I didn't look at the NHL. Also, additionally, Evan, I usually like to wait for a few weeks to go by in the NHL season before I really start betting it. I like to just see the trends kind of develop, so I'm not big on betting the NHL right now unless it's an obvious bet like Connor Bedard over 2.5 shots almost every game. Ethan, I'd go Christian Kirk long term. Christian Kirk long term. iClick ended up getting Mahomes, Hawkinson, Addison for Kelsey. I like it, iClick. I love the bet. Chris Paul, I'd go Love. This week, Stroud is on a bye week, so it'd be Love. Love this week. Jack, I'd go Rice over Curtis Samuel. Rice over Curtis Samuel. Thanks so much for the question. Back over to TikTok for a minute. Don, I do like the Raiders defense this week. I think they're going to collect a couple sacks for you. By the way, talk about a player prop bet that I like. I'll put it up on the board right now. I think it's going off at 0.07 or sorry, 0.75, but Max Crosby over 0.75 sacks. Putting that up on my board already. Joe, Gibbs or Michael Thomas in a half PPR. Brutally tough. I'm going to lean towards Gibbs because I think the half PPR might actually benefit you there as well, but it's close. 2B Huncho, trade Purdy and Mostert for McCaffrey. I actually wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, actually. iClick, really appreciate you. Evan, by the way, we will bet NHL, just like seeing the trends play out. It's kind of the same thing with baseball. Don't feel the same way about football because the seasons are shorter, but hockey, NBA, and NHL, I like to give it like 2-3 weeks. I know that can be a long time for some people, but given like 2 weeks of trends, let some teams play like 5 games, then you start to see the trends develop. New trade, Thielen, McCaffrey for Cup, Puka. Do it. Dante, I do it. Still do it. Still do it. Zane, I'd go Christian Kirk. Zane, I'd go Christian Kirk over Pittman. Max Worley, drop Ertz for Freiermuth and Njoku or Musgrave. If it would be anybody, it's Musgrave or Njoku. I might lean towards Njoku this week, just barely. Dom, Sutton for Rashee Rice. I don't think it's a fair trade. It might be a sneaky good trade. So the only reason I don't like it is because we know Russell Wilson almost over-targets his wide receiver 1. So I think Sutton probably has more value. Rashee Rice might be a sneaky good upside play, but I don't think it's a fair trade, Dom. Brian, are we holding Devontae Adams? Not impressed with his inconsistency. I also don't like the quarterback situation there. So the answer is yes, hold him, but I'd also be fine with trading him. I'm okay holding him. I'm okay trading him. Brian, guys, you guys are awesome. You guys are paying me so many compliments. I really appreciate it. Andrew, I would start... Andrew, I'd start Christian Kirk. Trevor Lawrence is going to play. Andrew Garcia, I would start Christian Kirk. Love Kirk today. Love Kirk. Carter Rupke, rest of season. I'm going to take a chance and say Devontae Smith, believe it or not. Ethan, should I trade DJ Moore? I actually would. Yes, I would. Do you like Olave or Thielen more, especially long-term? I like Olave more long-term. Trade Ridley for Puka and say why. Harry, I would make that move. Here's the reason why. I think Puka is going to average more targets per game. Dante, do you like Olave or Thielen? Olave. Don Roman, Godwin, Rashee Rice, Christian Watson this week. Man, like all three, but I'll go Christian Watson. Don Roman, I'd go Christian Watson. Cole, I think you're giving up too much. Cole Mason, you're giving up a little bit too much in that trade. Make it 3 of the 4 players, and I'd do it. Sell Jacoby Myers, Easton, yes I would. Steve French, I'd go Deontay Johnson. Steve French, I'd go Deontay Johnson. Ashby, I'd go DJ Moore this week, I think. It's close, though. I don't like either one. Jordan, I would bench Ridley, I think. I'd bench Ridley, believe it or not. Puka, DK Addison, I would start Puka. I'd start Puka. Start Kittle or Laporta. I'm going to start Kittle, believe it or not. I think that Ravens defense might be able to shut down Laporta enough. Start Addison or London. I'll start London. FBG, JJ, I'd start London. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Again, guys, want to give a shout out to Stunt. Some of you guys don't know Stunt. Stunt is a social app for sports fans, but one thing that they do every Thursday, they do trivia. $500 up for grabs. $500 prize pool. Thursday night trivia. It starts in about an hour. 7 o'clock. I'm going to participate. I made $166 last week. They gave away $1,000 last week. I was one of 6 winners. Cashed about $166. If you guys want to participate in trivia, it starts at 7 o'clock on Stunt. Stunt is a social app. All you have to do is download it, and you can play trivia. I think it's 12 questions. It's like Trivia HQ. You have like 10, 12 seconds to answer each question, multiple choice questions. I thought it was easy, but then again, I made money. I'm a big sports fan. I've obviously, as you guys know, I've been at ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS Sports, Jim Rome, and elsewhere. So my sports knowledge is pretty well established. But if you guys think you know enough about sports to win some money on trivia, DM me on Instagram, guys. Again, that trivia starts at 7 o'clock. It's on Stunt, S-T-U-N-T. So I will give you guys a link. All you guys have to do is DM me on Instagram, Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. That's trivia at 7 o'clock, $500 up for grab. You don't have to put any money in. It's like Trivia HQ. If you think you can get 12 sports questions right in about 12, 15 minutes, one of the things I like too is it doesn't take forever. They're pretty quick about it. But if you guys want to play some trivia tonight, challenge yourself and win some money in the process, DM me on Instagram. That's Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM me. I'll hook you guys up, and that way you can play trivia. Daniel Pipko wants to play some trivia. I'll hook you up with that link right now, Daniel. That way you can get in on that. Again, that's Stunt, S-T-U-N-T, and that way you guys can participate. Dax Durbin, by the way, shout out to Royals fans everywhere. Dax Durbin wants to get in on that. Daniel Pipko, sending you that as well. Mr. President, sending you that as well. Guys, by the way, it was like 400 people in there before, and a lot of these people I noticed didn't know sports like the rest of us. So I actually thought it was a pretty easy way to make some money. Then again, when you win, it always comes out feeling a little bit easier. But appreciate you guys being with us. Again, that trivia starts at 7 o'clock. So if you want to get in on it, DM me on Instagram now. I'll mention it a few times throughout the rest of the hour. But 7 o'clock, guys, that's also the time that I'm going to be off. That's the time that I'm going to jump off. I'll probably come back on later, but 7 o'clock is going to be our stop time. Because if I can go win some money, that's what I'm going to go do on Stunt. Mike, Jones or Pacheco? Very close, but I'll go Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones over Pacheco. Tem, trade Thielen, Montgomery, Gainwell, receive Burrow, Robinson, and Godwin. Tem, I would do that trade. Tem, I would do the trade. Evans or Stevenson? I'd go Zach Evans. Zach Evans over Stevenson. Is it crazy to start Mostert and Wilson against the Eagles? Yes! Terrible to start them. Terrible to start them tonight. Appreciate you guys being with us. Evan Curry wants to get in on that trivia. Just sent you the link. Annie, start DJ Moore, Lockett, or Addison. Annie, I would start Lockett. Annie, I'd start Lockett. Thanks for the question. It's my username. I'd start Ingram. It's my username. I'd start Ingram. Connor, I'm going to go with Musgrave. Very close between Musgrave and Logan Thomas, but I'll go with Musgrave. Thanks so much for the question. Michael, Deontay, Salty are asking Michael Pittman. I'd go Deontay Johnson over Michael Pittman. Charles Payton. Ooh, Ridley or Rice? I'm going to go with Rice. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'm going with Rashee Rice. Thanks so much for the question. By the way, Ketel Marte over half a hit, so we cashed on the over half a hit. Still waiting. Could he get over half a hit run RBI? Still waiting on that, but like the idea that Ketel Marte does have a hit in this one so far. What's up, your boy? Thanks so much for supporting the show. Really appreciate you, man. Lil Chito. Should I drop Stevenson for Moss? No, I wouldn't do that. Start Johnson, Sutton, Evans, White, or Warren. I'll start Sutton. Pip 15. I'll start Sutton. Which running back should I trade away? I'd probably trade away Kyron, Connor, and Achan. Package those 3 broken running backs. See if you can get someone healthy. Max, I'll go Roshan Johnson. Jorge, I'm taking the Astros. I would take the Astros, I think. John, do we do UFC bets? The answer is yes, we do, but I don't. I don't know enough UFC. And one thing I'll say to you guys is when I don't know something well enough, I'm not going to tell you guys to put your money on it. We actually have a UFC analyst that I talk to. I'm going to ask him for his bets this weekend. And John, we will have UFC bets for you tomorrow and Saturday. Thanks for the question. Ernest B, I'd go Ford. Ernest B, I'd go Jerome Ford. Thanks for the question. Wyatt Hoffman, I'd go Ayuk. Wyatt Hoffman, I would go with Ayuk. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for the question. Michael Thomas or Deontay Johnson. Salty, I'm going to lean towards Deontay Johnson. Maybe just a hair. I don't love that, though. I don't love that. Pineapple low-key gas traded Lamb, Chuba Hubbard, and Downs for T. Higgins and JT. It's okay. I'd be okay with it, Pineapple low-key. I'm okay with it. Ernest B, thanks so much for being a part of the show. JV Money, Bijan and Kirk for Hall and DK. I'd rather have Bijan and Kirk, I think. I think I'd rather have Bijan and Kirk. Appreciate all of you guys being with us every single day. Again, guys, trivia at 7 o'clock. If you want to win some money on trivia, DM me on Instagram. It's my username. I'd go Roshan Johnson. Tyler O'Brien. Man, I like both tonight. Olave and Kirk, I like both. But if I had to go with one, I'll go with Olave. The Saints are the better defense. The Jaguars are terrible against the pass. I'll go with Olave over Kirk, but I really like both. Junior 1414. I'd go Christian Watson. McLaurin would be number 2, but I would go Watson. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Again, if you guys want to cash in on trivia, DM me on Instagram. $500 prize pool, $0 buy-in. Mario, I'd go Godwin. I'd go with Godwin. Jordy, I'd go Stevenson. Don't like either one, but I'll go Stevenson just barely. Jacob, I'd go Tua over Herbert. Let's see. Should I get rid of Montgomery for Breece Hall or be patient? I'd be patient. It's a good question, though. Breece Hall showing you flashes, but I think Montgomery's proven his value. David Sosa. I'd go with Carr. I think I go Carr 1, Baker 2. Dummy. I'd go Rashee Rice. Dummy, man, Pluto. I'd go Rashee Rice. Damian Skyberg, thanks so much for the crown. I definitely feel like a king talking to you guys every day, having a lot of fun. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe. And again, if you want to get in on trivia, DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram if you want to get in on trivia. $500 prize pool, $0 buy-in. Starts at 7 on Stunt. Tom, I'd go Rashee Rice. Adam Katzman, I'm probably getting it wrong, but Warren would be the player. Adam, I'd go Warren. Pip, 1510, need to drop 2 bench players. I would drop Dell, and I drop Reynolds. I think Evans has more value this week, and I don't want to give up Stroud or Pierce. Seth, just traded JJ and Cook for Zay Flowers and Waddle. Love it. Is Bijan my RB1, and I'll have DJ Moore at the flex? The answer is yes. I'm not crazy about Moore at the flex, but yes, Seth, that is what it would be. How is Barkley going to play? Think he could actually have a decent game, Henry. Damian Skyberg, thanks so much for the paper crane. Alessio, Amon-Ra St. Brown or A.J. Brown? Alessio, I'd go A.J. Brown. Krish Paul, best wide receiver off the waiver wire. This is a bit of a tricky one. Wide receivers off the waiver wire. Don't know if I've got a ton of favorites this week. The one that probably stands out the most, at least for me, is probably going to be Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed would probably be up there. Thanks so much, guys, for supporting the show. Damian Skyberg, really appreciate it. So Jaden Reed would probably be amongst my favorite wide receivers to pick up off the waiver wire. I'd also consider Curtis Samuel. Rashid Shaheed's another one. Shaheed's another one. But those would probably be the top 3 for me, at least right now. Swift or Etienne rest of season. Cole, I'd go Swift. Reed, Ridley or Olave. Reed, Settinger, I'd go Olave. Olave over Ridley tonight, guys. Olave over Ridley. Jonathan, Puka or Smith or Olave. Pick 2. Jonathan, easy for me. I'd go Puka and Olave. Would you trade Saquon and Evans for A.J. Brown? Freddie, yes, I would. Might ask for another piece, though. Might ask for Brown plus somebody else. Should I trade Moss and Samuel for Mixon and Laporta? Zach Attack, yes, I would. I love the trade, Zach Attack. Young Crumb Shooter. JT, Devontae, McLaurin, Ridley at the flex. I'd go Terry McLaurin. Young Crumb Shooter. I'd go Terry McLaurin. Ezekiel Garcia. Evans and Dobbs for Swift. Yes, I would. Yes, Ezekiel, I would make that trade. Ben Wilson, 74-21. Ben Wilson, Samuel or Pickens. I'm going to lean just slightly towards Pickens. Zonked OT. I'd go wow. I love Stafford and Purdy. I like them all, really. I'll go Matthew Stafford just barely. Krish Pal, TJ Hawkinson for Kittle, Kyron, and Connor. Sure, I'd do the deal. Pip 1510. I don't ask questions like that. I thought the same thing, but I don't say anything. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. We are live every single day, every weekday at 5 p.m. Eastern, every weekend at 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you love the content, if you love the conversation, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're a part of this community that is live every single day. Keaton K, I'd go Kamara, I think. Keaton K, I'd go Kamara. User, Moss or Pollard. I'd rather have Pollard. A user, I would make that trade for Pollard. Mitch Adams, Ayuk and Bijan for Devontae and Kamara. I'd rather have Ayuk and Bijan. Jimmy Harbison, I'd go Stafford. Cameron Tasca, I'd go DK Metcalf this week. Jacob Heffley, I'd go Ingram this week. Mitch Adams, answer that one, Mitch. Ayuk and Bijan. Thanks so much, guys. Again, guys, about 45 minutes from now, we're going to end our show and go play some trivia on Stunt. Try to win some money. If you guys want to get in on trivia tonight on Stunt, $500 prize pool, $0 buy-in. I won last week. First time I've ever tried it. It's a lot like Trivia HQ. 12 questions in about 12-15 minutes. Doesn't take a long time. Multiple choice questions. I thought it was easy, but then again, I won, so of course I thought it was easy. But make sure if you guys want to get in on trivia, DM us on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram if you want to play some trivia at 7 and win some money. Trip 3, I'd go Kirk and I'd go Flowers, I think. Kirk and Flowers and Evans. Trip 3, Kirk, Flowers, and Evans. Jack Dress, I'd go Olave. I'd go with Olave. Zachary Garcia, Cowboys defense on a bye. I would drop them because I don't want to lose this week, so I drop them and pick up the Commanders, Raiders, or if they are somehow available, the Browns defense. I know it's not common to trade kickers, but should I trade Bass and a mid-level receiver for Harrison Butker? Kind of an interesting idea, Not a terrible one. I'd probably just go to the waiver wire, though. FBG JJ, sorry if I missed it. What could I try to get for Stevenson? Not much. Maybe a mid-level wide receiver. Savio 21106. I'd go Ridley. Lil Cheeto. I'd go Stevenson, I think, but it's close. Zonked. I'd rather have McCaffrey, I think. Yep. Krish Paul, I'm not accepting any trades, though, because I like my team in that league. Appreciate you guys being with us. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Trey Wimp, I'd go Sutton. Brett Hammond, would I trade T. Higgins? I'd consider it. I'd put it out there in some offers, see if I could maybe reach and get something good back in exchange. By the way, I'm not hearing Roshan Johnson is out. Is he out? Oh, he didn't play today. Okay. Roschon Johnson may be out, guys. Roschon Johnson may be out. He did not practice today. Very disappointed. Hadn't seen that yet, so we got to keep an eye on that one. Got to keep an eye on it. Thanks very much for calling it out. I knew he was out. He didn't practice yesterday, but I thought there was a chance he practiced today. Too bad. Coulter Booth, Jones and Amari for Deja. No, I'd rather have Jones and Amari. Cam Waller, I'd go Pacheco, I think. I'd go Pacheco. Pip 1510, I'd start Foreman. If Roschon Johnson's out. Yep. Appreciate all of those being with us. SoCal Money, I'd go Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper. X-Ray, I'd go Puka over Jacoby Myers. Cole Mason watching over on YouTube. I'd rather have Jones, Thielen, and Laporta. I understand what you're trying to do for the playoffs. I actually think you're overthinking this one. I like the team you have. And when I'm 6-0, I'm not trying to change the mojo, voodoo, or makeup of the team. I like what I have. TTV Sticky, I'd go Olave. I'd go Olave, just barely over Kirk. Killjoy, I'd go Shaheed. Rob McDonald. Zach Evans this week, yep. Rob McDonald, yep, I'd go with Evans. Robert Cardwell, I'd rather have Lamb and Jacobs. Will McCaffrey play tonight? Well, he's not playing tonight. He's playing on Monday Night Football, so Zonk, don't worry, the 49ers aren't playing tonight. Yeah, you're okay. He's on Monday night. I think there's a chance he could play, but we're going to have to wait for the injury report tomorrow. Would you play Thomas tonight or risk waiting on Debo? Victor, I'd probably play Thomas tonight. Trade Adams and Sutton for Henry. Sean Day, I think you're giving up too much value, believe it or not. We don't know yet, Zonk, so we're going to have to wait on it because the game is on Monday night. Injury report hasn't been given out by the 49ers yet. I have to start too, asks Matthew. Matthew, I would start Dobbs and Elijah Moore, believe it or not. Pip 1510, trade Olave and White for Puka DJ. Yep, I would. 1510, Pip 1510, I'd do it. Austin Chatterton, I would trade Stevenson. Yes. Zayton, trade Mixon and Pittman for Hall or trade Madison and Pittman for Swift. I do Madison and Pittman for Swift. Zayton, I do Madison and Pittman for Swift. Thanks for the question. David, I might go with Michael Thomas. David Rodriguez. Reed Johnson, really like Aaron Jones this week. Expect him to be back and healthy. Wool and the Goat, trade my CeeDee Lamb for his Laporta and Addison. You have wide receivers, so I would do it. You have enough wide receivers where I would do it, and I understand the tight end's been a mess. Not crazy about it, but I would pull the trigger. Wool and the Goat, I would pull the trigger. Chase Pattinson, I'd go Stafford. If you guys are watching over on TikTok, thank you guys so much for supporting the show. Make sure you hit that follow button. If I've answered your question, if you love the content, really appreciate you guys showing your support. Make sure you hit that follow button. We appreciate you guys being with us. Make sure you hit that follow button. If I've given you a piece of advice, or if you love the conversation, make sure you hit that follow button today. Preston Kendrick, I'd go Love. Ronald, I'd go Ayuk. Andrew Vasquez, I'd go A.J. Brown. Ace Alessio, I'd go A.J. Brown. Sorry, it was Ace Alessio, I'd go A.J. Brown. Andrew Vasquez, I'd go Ridley. Joshua Beck, I'd go with Dobbs. Watson is probably going to be back, by the way. Micah Martinez, I'd go Brian Robinson and Gibbs. Tyler Ola, I've got the Saints tonight, buddy. You can check it out up here on my big board. I've got the Saints winning tonight, guys. Appreciate all those that are with us every single day. You guys are the absolute best, but you already knew that. Purdy and Myers for Herbert. Yes, I'd do it. Yes, I would do it. Adrian, I'd go Kirk. I'd go Christian Kirk. LC, I'd go Love over Russ. Bailey Nolan, I'd go Ford, believe it or not. I'd go with Ford. User 6211, I go Brian Robinson. User 6211, I go Brian Robinson. User 0836, I'd go Bijan. Breece Hall is not playing this week. Breece Hall not playing, he's on the bye. Again, guys, we are about 40 minutes away from us ending the show and going over to Stunt to play some trivia. If you guys want to play trivia for money, I won $166 last week answering trivia questions over on Stunt. If you guys want to challenge yourself, DM me on Instagram. I'll hook you guys up with that link. By the way, good pitching duel in this baseball game right now. Jeremiah Peters, I'd go Olave. Jeremiah Peters, I'd go Olave. Thanks for the question. FBGJJ, what tight end would I get for Hunter Henry? FBGJJ, I think I'd go with Musgrave or Logan Thomas, between those two. Micah Martinez, I'd go with White. MPR 29, if you don't have any other options, yes, I would start Jahmyr Gibbs, but he's facing a good run defense. Cameron, I go Rashee Rice. Cameron McCormick, I go Rashee Rice. Andy, who to start, Robinson or Myers or Kirk? Andy, I'd go Christian Kirk. Andy, I'd go with Christian Kirk. Thanks so much for the question. Ace Alessio, I'd go with Swift, A.J. Brown, and Eckler. Swift, A.J. Brown, and Eckler, Ace Alessio. Max, do I start Desmond Ridder or Derek Carr? Derek Carr. Max Bossy, I'd go Derek Carr. Cody, start Adams or Waddle? Cody, I'd start Jalen Waddle. Lucas Pukas, you think Gabe Davis is a realistic trade-off for Jerome Ford? Yes, I do. I think I'd rather have Gabe Davis this week, surprisingly. Jamal Williams tonight or Zeke, half-point PPR. Ice Boeing, I don't like either one. IC Booing, I don't like either one of them. Not Williams tonight, not Zeke this week. I don't like either one. I look for someone else on the waiver wire. Ace Alessio, thanks so much. FBG JJ, thanks for being with us. Sam, that's a fair trade. Sam, that is a fair trade. Nick Sample, I'd go with Swift and Puka. Nick, Swift and Puka, I think. It's close. I like Waddle, though. Nick P, I'd go Rashee Rice. Nick P, I'd go Rashee Rice over Judy. Andrew Beard, should I start Ridley or Flowers? Andrew Beard, I'd start Zay Flowers, I think. By the way, guys, I mentioned a lot of different contests, a lot of different competitions, a lot of different things that we've got going on here at Butt Fumble Sports. One thing I haven't mentioned, another way that you guys can cash in on Thursday Night Football or these baseball games, you guys can go play Rival Fantasy Challenges. Rival Fantasy allows you to bet on 2 players every night. You can switch through them, but it's which player is going to have a better night from a fantasy perspective. You can pick between 2 players, Andrew Heaney, Corey Seager, Justin Verlander, Yordan Alvarez. You can pick between some players. By the way, Verlander's tomorrow, so. But anyways, you can go do it for NFL. You can do it for MLB. Who's going to have more points this week, Brown or Kamara? I think Brown. Geno Smith or Kamara? I think Geno Smith. I think these are pretty easy. I think this is an easy way to make some money. So if you guys want to go play Rival Fantasy Challenges, go download the Rival Fantasy app today. You guys, of course, can hit me up on Instagram. I'll share a link with you guys. But you guys can see up on my screen if you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. I think it's a really easy way to make some money between 2 different players. You feel like you know who the better fantasy option is. So you just saw me place a couple of bets, doing it right now. If you guys want to give it a try, DM me on Instagram or download the Rival Fantasy app today. Big shout out to Rival Fantasy. Love that challenges. I've cashed some money on that already this year. Pick 2. I'd go with Watson and Waddle. Kevin Reyes, I'd go Watson and Waddle. Reed Johnson, I would make that trade. Jay Keepers, I'd go Olave and Godwin. Ryan Materi, I'd go with Purdy and Rice. Ashley Owings, Bijan for Jacobs and Flowers. Yes, I would, Ashley. I would make that deal. Ryan, do I trade McCaffrey and Godwin for Kupp and Swift? Yes, I would. I would do it. Tua and Montgomery, so I get Swift. Alessio, no. Ace Alessio, I wouldn't do it. Max, should I start Hunter Henry or Jonnu Smith? I think I'd start Jonnu Smith. I think I'd go with Jonnu Smith. Appreciate you guys being with us. DM us on Instagram if you want to play Rival Fantasy, if you want to play Trivia, or if you want to get my bets. But if you're DMing me on Instagram to get any fantasy advice, not going to happen. We're already giving fantasy advice on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So don't DM me on Instagram for fantasy advice right now. But if you want to play Trivia at 7, if you want every sports bet that I give out, or if you want to get in on Rival Fantasy's challenges, that's when you should DM me on Instagram. That's the time to do it. Stobo, Rashee Rice on waivers. I'd go pick him up. Nathan, I'd go Christian Kirk. Nathan, Christian Kirk. Duct tape, I'd rather have Ridley and McCaffrey. Duct tape, I'd rather have Ridley and McCaffrey. Gabe, Caprielian. Will Kamara lose a lot of touches to Jamal or still be fine? I think he's going to be fine. Kittle or Goddard? I'd go with Kittle. CT, I'd go Kittle. Stobo, I stand by what I said. Appreciate you guys being with us. Ace Alessio, I'd go Swift. Ace Alessio, I'd go Swift. Justin, I'd rather have Kupp. Justin, I'd rather have Kupp. Hockey Junkie, 131. Should I start Lawrence or Howell? Hockey Junkie, I'd start Sam Howell. Sam Howell, thanks for the question. User 8197. I don't know what your question is, user 8197. Tricky one. I don't understand it. Sam Q, I'd go Sam Q, I'd go Derek Carr. Derek Carr over Trevor Lawrence tonight. Derek Carr over Trevor Lawrence. Thanks so much for the question. Not answering that question. Simon, not answering that question. Not answering that question on Instagram. Disappointed. Disappointed. Nathan, Ingram or Jonnu Smith? Nathan, I'd go Ingram. Nathan, I'd go Ingram. Stobo, I agree. I think Zach Evans could shit on the Steelers. Ben, I'd go Puka over Ridley. Ben, Puka over Ridley. Damian Skyberg, thank you so much. Appreciate your support so much. Thank you for hitting us up, supporting the show like you do. You're awesome, Damian Skyberg. User 5121. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Isabella, I'd go Eckler. Isabella, I'd go Eckler over Taylor. Sam Q, I'd go Russell Wilson. Sam Q, I'd go Russell Wilson. Stobo, I'd go Rice. I'd go Rice. That's what I was saying the whole time. Alex, do I trade Davis? Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay trading Davis. Appreciate you guys being with us. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you hit that follow button. William McLean, I'd go Kirk over Thomas. Kirk over Thomas, William McLean. Anthony, I'd go Rice over Addison. Anthony, Rice over Addison. The Kid Dandy, I'd go Kirk over Ridley. The Kid Dandy, I'd go Kirk over Ridley. If I've answered your question, say thank you by hitting that like button. Say thank you by hitting that follow button. Make sure you're a part of this Butt Fumble Sports community today. Yeah. Appreciate you guys being with us. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. Make sure you guys are hitting that follow button. Guys, we will not answer fantasy questions on Instagram right now. So for those who are asking fantasy questions on Instagram right now, we're not going to answer it. William Fenton, I'd go Ingram. William Fenton, I'm going to go with Ingram just barely. It's close, but I think Ingram could get 4 catches tonight. Mark, Evans or Ridley? Mark Andre, I'd go Evans. Mark Andre, I'd go Evans. Appreciate you guys being with us. Frigid, I'd go Flowers and Michael Thomas. Flowers and Michael Thomas. Lucas Pukas, I'd hold on to Kyron Williams, I think. CT, I'd go Pacheco, Rice, and Ford. CT, Pacheco, Rice, and Ford. Thanks for the question. Again, guys, if you guys want to play trivia in 30 minutes, everybody. Trivia in 30 minutes. Luna, I'd go Scary Terry. Luna, I'd go Scary Terry. Sammy, I'd rather have Puka. Sammy, I'd rather have Puka, I think. Marvel TLNT. I'd go Chiefs defense. Marvel TLNT. I'd go Chiefs defense. Hank the Tank. I'd rather... Oh, missed it. Fisher Iverson. I'd go Judy. Fisher Iverson. I think I'd go Judy. Brandon. I'd go Ayuk. Brandon. I'd go Ayuk. User 407. I'd go... User 407. I'll go Laporta. User 407. I will go Laporta just barely. TB. Should I trade Walker and DJ for Bijan and Puka? Yes. TB. I would make the deal. Ace Alessio. I'll go St. Brown just barely. Frigid. We are into NBA fantasy. Yes, we are. Ingram or pick up Craig Reynolds. It's my username. I'd go Evan Ingram. It's my username. I'd go Evan Ingram. If you love the content and the conversation, say thank you by becoming a follower of Butt Fumble Sports. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, or Kick. If you love the content, the conversation, if we've answered your question, give a big thank you by hitting that follow button, by hitting that subscribe button. Become a member of this army of sports fans that is live every single day, every weekday at 5 p.m., every weekend at 10 a.m. Make sure that you give that like, give that follow, hit that follow button, everybody. Art Dealers knows what's up. Perk Rogers, I'd go Kittle. It's close. Brett C, I'd rather have Keenan Allen and Pacheco. Brett C, I'd rather have Keenan Allen and Pacheco. Thanks so much for the question. Andrew Vasquez, I'd make that move. Andrew Vasquez, I'd pull the trigger on that trade. LT YouTube, I'd rather have Breece Hall and Puka. I love it. Ace Alessio, thanks so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. I've been answering your questions. You said thank you with the follow. Really appreciate it. Andrew Timothy, Jacobs for Thielen fair? Yes, it actually is. I think I'd rather have Jacobs, but it's not by a great margin. Josh Short, I'd go Musgrave over Higbee. Josh Short, I'd go Musgrave over Higbee. Randy Stacy, I'd go Aaron Jones. Randy Stacy, 299, I'd go Aaron Jones. Thanks so much for the question. William Fenton, I'd go Jalen Hurts. William Fenton, I'd go with Jalen Hurts. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the question. Again, guys, we're going to end the show pretty soon to go play some trivia. Chance to win some money playing trivia tonight. If you guys want to play trivia on the Stunt app, STUNT, it is free to sign up, free to get the app. $500 prize pool. I won last week. I was one of 6 people who won. I won $166 just answering 12 sports fantasy questions. So if sports trivia questions. So if you guys have a big sports knowledge in that brain of yours, if you're a big sports fan and feel like you could win money answering 12 trivia questions in about 15 minutes, DM me on Instagram right now. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. Make sure you DM me. That way you can play trivia with me. I'm going to get off the live show so I can go play at 7. Because if I won money last week, you can be assured that I'm going to give it a try this week. So DM me on Instagram. That's Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. If you want to play trivia at 7 o'clock. It starts at 7. Really easy to play. Really easy to win. If you have the sports knowledge, I guess. Andrew, appreciate it. One Mr. Beast. Appreciate that, Mr. Beast, but unfortunately, I'm not going to give you money. I'm not going to give you money without knowing who you are. Sergio, just DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM me on Instagram, and I'll hook you up with that app link for the trivia. Ariane 4KT. I'd go with Kirk and Olave. Believe it or not, Ariane, I'll go Kirk and Olave. You know what? I take it back. Ariane, I'll go Puka and Olave. Ariane 4KT, I'll go Puka and Olave. Man, I really like all 3. It's close, though. It's close. Abby Seda, I'd go London. Abby Seda, I'd go London. Adam Ridlington, I'd go Olave. Adam Ridlington, I'd go Olave. Sergio, make sure you DM me on Instagram. Josie, I'd go Purdy. Josie, I'd go Purdy. Trenton, I'd go Olave. Trenton, I'd go Olave. Thanks so much for the question, guys. Appreciate all of those being with us. Lawrence or Hal, user 7175, I'd go Sam Howell. Sam Howell. Abhiv, ABHIV, I'd go Luke Musgrave. Luke Musgrave over Taysom Hill. C-Ferg 707, I'd go Gabe Davis. C-Ferg 707, I'd go Gabe Davis. Eden, I'd go Jerome Ford. Eden, I'd go Jerome Ford. You think Ridley's a decent play tonight? I think that's the level of value he has. I think he's a decent play. I don't think he's that good a play. Oh, we just cashed. Let's go. Ketel Marte. Ketel Marte, 2 hits today. We cashed on the bet that we gave out. The first bet that we gave out today. The first pick that we gave out was Ketel Marte over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He has 2 hits, everybody. Ketel Marte, cash money, everybody. Putting money in your pocket. Hope you guys tailed it. If you guys want every bet that I make every day, DM me on Instagram. They're all on the SHARPZ app. That's SHARPZ, SHARPZ. It's a social media app. It's not a sports book, but every bet that I make automatically filters to the SHARPZ app. We cashed on Ketel Marte. We're going to cash on some other bets tonight as well. If you want to see every bet that I make across every sport, every type of bet, DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. So nice to cash. Sal, I know you cashed on that too, buddy. I know you follow me on SHARPZ. Sal, fist bump to you. I hope you tailed on that one, Sal. We're making some money on that, buddy. I am pumped. Let's go! Way to go, Sal. Way to go. By the way, could we get Christian Walker to knock him in? Maybe we could get him on a hit to knock him in. Wouldn't that be nice? Matt, I'd go with Cousins over Lawrence. Matt, I'd go Cousins over Lawrence. Thanks so much for the question. Jackson Elliott, I would rather have JT Cup and Wilson. JT Cup and Wilson. Lachlan, should I trade Olave and Hall for Tyreek Hill? Yes. Yes, I actually would make that deal. AJ, I'd go Jordan Love. AJ, I'd go Love. Jorge tailed me on that. Jorge tailed me on that pick. Jorge, love seeing it. Love seeing it, Jorge. Cashing on Ketel Marte. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. DM me on Instagram if you want every bet that I make every day. Every pick that I make's for free. You don't have to follow them. You can fade them, but you see all of them. I put in my research. I work. This is my full-time gig. This is what I do. So if you guys want to check out my research and the picks that come from it, DM me on Instagram. That's Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM me there. I give out every pick that I make every single day. So if you're worried, you're like, hey, Butt Fumble Sports, am I going to get every pick? Every single one. There's not one pick that I can hide, delete. They all filter into the SHARPZ app. You can see every one. Trade Hall and Hollywood Brown for St. Brown. Yes, I would. Austin Monreal. Trade CeeDee Lamb and Eckler for A.J. Brown and Swift. No, I wouldn't do that. That's a little bit overloaded on the Eagles' offense. Women with drive. You know that's something we support here. Women with drive. We love that. Geno, Carr, or Love. I'm going to go with Love. Women with drive. I'm going to go with Jordan Love, believe it or not. Felix Blood. Should I trade Pollard for JT? I wouldn't. Photo MVN. I'd go Jordan Love. Photo MVN. I'd go Jordan Love. Thanks for the question. 20 minutes until trivia, guys. 20 minutes until trivia. Chase Olinger. Start Minshew instead of Lawrence? No, I wouldn't do that. Minshew has a terrible matchup. Mac the Snack. I'm going to go with Derek Carr. I think it's close, though. I will go with Carr. McLaurin, Kirk, or Hollywood Brown. I'm going to go Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk. Appreciate all of you guys being with us every single day. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. D. I'd go Christian Kirk, D. I am going to hop off live in just a couple minutes. Make sure you guys have hit that follow button. I will do a subscriber-only show tonight, guys. It will be our 3rd night in a row doing a subscriber-only show. We're doing subscriber-only shows almost every night. It'll probably be around like 11 o'clock, maybe 10:30, 11. So if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button on TikTok. That way you can join that subscriber-only show, like I said, around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Antonio, read my message? That's not very nice. That's not very nice. Drizzy, if Roschon Johnson doesn't play, Drizzy, I'd go Foreman. If Roschon Johnson doesn't play, I would go with Foreman. Ben Will, I'd go Love over Lawrence. Love over Lawrence. Roy Smith, I'd go Evans and Olave. Evans and Olave. Antonio Cuevas, you're pushing me away, man. You're pushing me closer to ending my show. Christian, Calvin Ridley, start or bench? I'd probably bench him unless I don't have better options. Colin, Metcalf or Olave? I'd go Olave. Max, I'd go Zach Moss, though I hate both of them. Dirtball, is Pacheco and Kamara good this week? They're okay. Jay Taunty, I'd probably go with Kirk. It's close. I like both. I like Lockett and Kirk. What running back can I get for Pacheco? I wouldn't trade Pacheco. I think he's got good value. Roy Smith, I'd go Warren. Roy Smith, I'd go Warren. Octo 8, I'd go Kamara. Octo 8, I'd go Kamara. DTK Frenchies, I'd go Kamara. DTK Frenchies, I'll go Kamara, just barely. Geo, I'd go Aaron Jones. I like both, but Geo, I'll go Aaron Jones. OP, I'd go Love. OP, I'd go Love. User 6211, I'd go Brian Robinson. User 6211, I'd go Robinson. Anthony, I'd rather have McLaurin and Gibbs. McLaurin and Gibbs. Jesse, I'd go Christian Watson. Jesse Salinas, I'd go Christian Watson. Appreciate all of you guys being with us every single day. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. Make sure you're subscribing. We are live every single day across TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Make sure you hit that follow button. It's my username. I'm not crazy about either one. I might lean towards Ridley, but I don't like either one. Roy Smith, I'd go Jalen Warren. I'd rather have Jalen Warren. I'd probably start Flowers over Warren, though. Flowers over Warren. Flowers over Warren, Roy Smith. Jack, I'd go Christian Kirk. Jack, I'd go Christian Kirk. Dirtball, I'd go Ayuk and Zay Flowers. Dirtball, Ayuk and Zay Flowers. Ricardo Martinez. Ricardo Martinez, I actually like your lineup this week. I like it. I would sit Cook. Cook and Moss don't have good value. Forever Family, I'd go Amari Cooper. Forever Family, I'd go Amari Cooper. Can we get a Christian Walker hit, everybody? So let's send good vibes. Christian Walker, can we get a hit? We would cash on both of our player prop bets if he could get a hit. He's been striking out a lot. What will we get? Ben, I'd go with Christian Kirk just barely. Final few minutes of the show, everybody. Final few minutes of the show. We are going to participate in trivia at 7 o'clock. If you guys want to play trivia along with us, just DM us on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM us. We'll share a link so you guys can play trivia at 7 o'clock. Again, $500 up for grabs. Super easy to play. I won last week. I've only played once. Last week was my first time ever playing, and we won. So it tells you how easy it is to win. Damian Skyberg, you might have been muted. I see you now. Damian Skyberg, throw your question in. You've been supporting me too much for me to not answer your question. So Damian Skyberg, throw it in. I didn't see it before now. SF for life, I'd go Purdy. SF for life, I'd go Brock Purdy. Thanks for the question. Grant, I'd go Waddle over Ridley. Waddle over Ridley. Oh, too bad. Christian Walker just got out. Single tier. Julian, I'd go Hunt and Pickens. Julian, I'd go Hunt and Pickens. Thanks so much for the question. Roy Smith, I'd go Warren. Roy Smith, I'd go with Warren. Thanks so much for the question. G Baby, I'd go Ridley. G Baby, I'd go Ridley. Football equals life, I'd go Mike Evans. Football equals life, I'd go Mike Evans. Wally 2X, I'd rather have Swift. Value of the running backs too good. Luis Nelson, I'd go Olave. Roy, I'd go Davis and Warren. Esteban Gonzalez, I'd rather have Chase. Esteban, I'll go Chase and Addison. It's close though. Fly, Cook and Pittman for Pacheco. Yes, make that deal, Fly. Make that deal. Damian Skyberg, I don't see your question anywhere. Damian Skyberg, throw it in there a bunch of times. SF for life, Mahomes. SF for life, Mahomes. Bryce, I do like JT the rest of season. Niners faithful, I'd go with Puka. I'm pretty high on Warren, Roy Smith. LT YouTube, I have Acha, and do I trade JJ, Mostert, Collins, and Goff for Hurts, Devontae, and Etienne? Yes. LT YouTube, I do like it. Damian Skyberg, I'm spamming it. Okay, I'm looking for it. I haven't seen it yet. When you see it, Damian Skyberg, pin it. You have that power. Pin it when you get it there. Mel 626. I'll go with Carr. Mel 626. I'll go with Carr just barely. I haven't seen it yet, Damian Skyberg, so it tells you a lot. This Jew guy, I'd go Jameson Williams. This Jew guy, I'd go Jameson Williams. Fishy Fish, I'd go Hollywood Brown. Fishy Fish, I'll go Hollywood Brown. Damian Skyberg, it won't let me. Yeah, what's happening? Damian Skyberg, I'm seeing everything but that question. Keep spamming it. Keep spamming it. Damian Skyberg, DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram, Damian Skyberg. I know you well enough, so I don't have a problem answering it for you. You're such a good supporter of the show. Cody Hopkinson, I'd go Kirk and Kirk and Diggs. Cody Hopkinson. Cody Hopkins. Cody Hopkins. I'd go Kirk and Diggs. Cody Hopkins, I'd go Kirk and Diggs. DJ Vic Dog, I'd go Olave. DJ Vic Dog, I'd go Olave. Shane Bigelow, I'm going to go Romeo Dobbs just barely. Do you think Michael Thomas will have a good game? I think it'll be okay. I think he'll have a decent game, not great. Eli, should I trade Tyreek for Etienne and Waddle? I'd rather have Tyreek. I think I'd rather have Tyreek. It's a good trade, but I'm not giving up Tyreek Hill right now. His value is just too good. Damian Skyberg, I'd go Godwin and Damian Skyberg, I'm going to go Godwin for sure. And I'm going to go Michael Thomas. Godwin and Michael Thomas. It's so close, but I'm going to go Godwin and Michael Thomas. Thanks so much for the question. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. George, trade Jacoby Pollard and Amon-Ra St. Brown for Olave. Yes, George, I'd make that deal. Yes, I would. Will Kamara have a good game? It'll be okay. I think he's going to have a decent game. If you're going to take a bet on Kamara, make sure it's receiving plus rushing yards. Guys, I'm going to hop off in 2 minutes. Final 2 minutes of the show. I will be doing trivia. I'm going to participate in trivia on Stunt in 10 minutes. If you guys want to go make some money doing trivia with me, DM me on Instagram. Final chance. DM me on Instagram. Butt Fumble Sports on Instagram. DM me on Instagram so you guys can participate in trivia in 10 minutes. Shane G, I'd go Ingram. Shane G, I'd go Ingram. User 888, I'd go Gabe Davis. User 888, I'd go Gabe Davis. Adam G, I'd go Russell Wilson. Adam G, I'd go Russell Wilson. Between the stalls, I'd go Watson. Between the stalls, I'd go Watson. Kin Goff Self, I'd go with Pitts, I think. Ricardo Rodriguez, I'd go Kamara. Damian Skyberg, I heard Michael Thomas but missed the first one. Damian Skyberg, I'd go Michael Thomas and Godwin. Michael Thomas and Godwin. Thanks so much for the question. Okay, guys, appreciate you guys so much. I'm going to go over to Stunt right now to play trivia. Again, if you guys want to make some money on trivia, it's like Trivia HQ. If you guys want to make some money, there you go. Oh, Christian Silva, I'd go Williams, Christian Silva, but I hate it. Christian Silva, I'd rather go to the waiver wire. Christian Silva, I'd look to the waiver wire over Williams. Appreciate you guys so much. Nick wants to participate in trivia. Nick, I just sent you a link so you guys can participate in trivia. If you guys want to participate in trivia, DM me on Instagram right now. It starts at 7 o'clock. So that way you don't miss it. It's my username. I'd go Ridley. It's my username. I would go Ridley. Again, final minute of the show. Chef Roy, you want to play trivia? Just sent you the link. Again, last chance, everybody. Trivia starts in 10 minutes. Last chance, if you guys want to play trivia, starts at 7. $500 prize pool, $0 buy-in. I won last week. That's why I'm playing again this week. Really excited about it. Okay, everybody. If I answered your question, if you love the content, if you love the conversation, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you're a subscriber. Say thank you by hitting that follow button, by becoming a subscriber. We are so grateful for all the support that you guys show us. I will be live later tonight. I promised you guys I will do a subscriber-only show later tonight. It'll probably be at like 10:30, 11. So if you want to join us tonight, comment section will only be for subscribers. So make sure you hit that subscriber button. Make sure you hit that subscriber button. I will be back later tonight at that subscriber-only show. Dante, I would do the trade. but I don't really care about Zeke. So I would do the trade. Appreciate all of you guys being with us. I'm going to go over and play some trivia right now, try to win some money. Again, I will be live later tonight. So if you're a subscriber, I will catch you guys later tonight. Otherwise, appreciate you guys watching, appreciate you guys following. Hope you guys stay healthy, hope you stay safe. Have a wonderful evening. And guys, this is as good a sports night as it gets. 2 baseball playoff games, 1 Thursday night football game, and we've got NHL. And you got NBA preseason. Thank you, football gods. Thank you, sports gods. This is a great night. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you win a ton of money and cash a ton of tickets tonight. If you guys want all of my bets, DM me on Instagram. I'll give them out. Otherwise, I will catch you guys later tonight with our subscriber-only show. So appreciative of all of you guys, all the support you guys show me every single day. Can't wait to see you guys later tonight. Until then, goodbye everybody and have a great night.